Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Hey, you want to Skype somebody we like?
Yep.
You want to talk some baseball?
It's baseball with Chris Gwaltney.
We're going to start doing it's the baseball report.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's get to slugging.
I like the higher ups at ABC is going to be like, hey, you guys just talk on baseball.
Here's the thing, though. I figured it out because, we've actually had a lot of people email us and say, hey, I like your ads because they're a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
Well, what's more goofy than going down the road, listening to us talk baseball and then swinging into ABC to pick up what you need to watch baseball, right?
Exactly.
I think that works. And by the way, Gwaltney, the baseball in my house I'm holding on to it. I am continuing to watch with my wife. I like watching baseball.
Dude, I know coronavirus has made everything, obviously made the season strange, but forget about the coronavirus. If you would have said before the beginning of the season that the AL standings would have the Chicago White Sox, the Oakland Athletics, and the Tampa Bay Rays atop their division, I mean, you would absolutely. If you would have made that bet in Vegas, how much would you be sitting on right now?
I don't know.
I'm
trying to get this guy to teach me how to bet it. I got my wife. I don't know. This is how bad I am at everything. I've got my wife teaching me baseball. That's embarrassing to say. And then I've got to get you teaching me how to gamble on it.
I don't know baseball that well.
We talk to Chris every month.
Hey, I got to tell you, the games are long, man. They're long, and it's fun background. Yeah. I can do crafts. I figured out the trick. I can do crafts with Maisie, but baseball's on. And it's not like football where I have to go watch a replay. The pacing is slow enough for me to do family time. It's the perfect family watch.
Everybody that I know that gambles baseball always tells me about who's pitching and the relief pitchers. It's like it's all pitching is all tied into it. And so everybody's like, this person pitched last night, so it's all about the pitchers.
Yeah. And they all have different styles, and then some of them, and some of them their style. I think we talked about this last time Gwaltney was on, where we talked about how like their styles. Some of them are unconventional and crazy. Some of them, their release is perfect and looks almost like poetry and motion. It's crazy.
But before we talk baseball, let's talk some cigars.
We should.
Chris Gwaltney's here from thehumidor.com. If you order from the Humidor, use our promo code Tom and Dan to get a percentage off.
You want to hear something kind of cute about our local ABC down the road here?
What is that?
The one that I like in Milk District area. The little humidor area, and it's tiny because it was so popular. When I went in there to snag my wife a bottle of her favorite tequila and me some White Claw, they had to do social distancing, so the guy was in there. It's so tiny. There were two guys in there separated, and that one guy had to wait outside the glass doors to get in. It's awesome. I like seeing that.
You're right. Hard to social distance in a humidor.
Yeah, especially because it is a little older ABC and that's been renovated.
So Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Coming to you live from our newest. It's a new store, but it's an old location. We're in Cocoa Beach, Cocoa Beach location, store 123, right down the street from Ron John. We tore the store down and built right back on the property, and we're actually going to get this thing open tomorrow. So I'm down here doing a little fine-tuning and helping them get ready.
Congratulations. Awesome. I remember the old store. When we've stayed down there before. Yeah. That's crazy.
And when you set up, does it have a
lot of staging, right? Oh, my God, the staging in that place.
Are you inside the humidor area?
Yeah, right here. I'll give you a little quick pan around. Boom. So
whoa,
and then go this way, and then there's the rest of the store. So
that's a big store, man.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, that's a lot bigger than mine. my store's like teeny tiny little baby.
And Chris, when you come in to do your fine tuning, as far as it comes with the cigars, when it comes to offering a variety of cigars at a particular ABC, does it go? A great question. Does it go from light to heavy, or how? Does it go blends? What's the spectrum of products?
It's almost like if you're talking porno mags, Playboy is going to be on the top, and then it goes down from there to the hardness of what you want to consume, right? So you start with just the light. You start with the light, and then as you get to the bottom, you go to PPC.
Nice. No, basically what we do when we set up a humidor, pretty much across all of our stores in Florida, we kind of have a core set. So we have our brands that are kind of core lines are in every store, and then each store has secondary brands that we kind of make it different, and it's usually based on the market. We'll look at the market, and if there's certain brands that aren't, say we do a 75-25, so 75% core brands everybody recognizes, then we got kind of like 25% of the space to play with that we'll do some other, maybe a little bit of boutique or maybe some offshoot brands that may not be in that market. So for here, this is a Drew Diplomat store, so they have 2 Drew Estate cabinets, so they carry all the Liga stuff. So if you're a big Drew Estate fan, we got it here. But we also have all our core. We got Padron, we got Fuente, we have Oliva, Rocky Patel, J.C. Newman, Monte Cristo, Romeo Julieta, Macanudo, Punch, all the brands that everybody knows.
Gotcha.
So, but we also have some offshoot brands, like we have Roma Craft, which is a boutique line that we carry here. We also have some stuff from Christian Arroyo. We have some Alec Bradley in this location. We have some Espinosa, which is a small manufacturer down in Miami. So a good selection here.
Do you try to put a little bit more of a spicier selection in a store that could be, visited more by a tourist or somebody popping by the beach for the day?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to be a little bit careful because in tourist locations, like we've got stores around Disney, and you've got people coming, some international travel. No, I mean, obviously not right now, but normally. So you in those stores, you want to make sure you're really skewed heavy with recognizable brands. You don't want to get too tight on the boutique stuff. You want to have, because you have people coming from all over the country. You have people that are coming from outside the country, and they're going to be looking for kind of the brands and the names that they recognize that have international, name recognition.
Chris, is like, if you're talking craft beer, like you can go with like a really I guess pungent sour or something. I'm trying to think of a particular style of craft beer that may not, for a person that maybe doesn't drink like real
like a double IPA.
Yeah, double IPA
Imperial or something. You give it to my wife, and it's just not gonna. It's not gonna sit.
And so
you were right. You were right on when you're talking about the sour beers, like Berliner Weiss and stuff. That's like a very popular beer in Florida. A lot of people kind of make that. That's kind of the Florida beer.
Yeah, I love it.
Those sours, and but that's kind of a hyper local thing, right? So if we had, that's the only beer that we had outside of Disney. And people are coming in, there's always that group of people that want to try local, but if you put too much of that, if that's all you have and you don't have the broad spectrum of the items that sell nationally and across the board, then you're going to be in trouble. You want to have those offerings, but you don't want to have too many of them, because then you're just taking up valuable real estate for items that just don't have the movement.
Yeah, sure.
But what I was going to say is, like, is there anything in the cigar world that is like an extreme, like like a sour is in the craft beer world?
Oh, you mean like a cigar that maybe its flavor profile is so strong.
Yeah, where someone
so advanced, maybe, I should say.
Like, say a beginning cigar aficionado like would smoke that and be like, whoa!
Like, it's full. This too thing much is full flavor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as far as strength goes, yeah. And most manufacturers all have like really, really strong offerings, right? So we always steer away new smokers from those super power sticks. But as far as like flavor profile goes, I mean, I would say probably 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, acid cigars was that unique because it was infused and it was totally different. But today it's become so mainstream, and it's such a huge player in the marketplace that it really isn't that cliche, that little clicky cigar anymore. It's like it's a major, it's basically created a whole new category. And of course, a lot of people try to copy that, kind of jump into that infused realm.
Yeah,
but
I actually read another article this morning about, and they didn't use the term infusion, even though I prefer that. They were just saying like flavored. And they were kind of echoing exactly what he's saying about how years ago it kind of started.
Yeah.
But now everybody and his brother is trying to almost like reinvent the hype that acid would have had early on.
Yeah.
and it's already kind of a thing. It's like you're not going to get the same level of excitement or interest even,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the problem is back in the day, before acid came along, flavored cigars had a really negative connotation to the traditional cigar smoker because they were cheap, inexpensive, usually homogenized wrapper leaf, and very cheap cigars. And when acid came on, they're hand rolled, long filler cigars, premium tobacco products that after the cigars are made, they're infused with these different botanicals, and whether it's coffee or the herbal stuff that they put in that they infuse into. And when I say infuse, I mean they're not spraying them or dunking them in anything. They're putting them in like a chamber and like pressure treating them or cooking them with this infusion element. So that kind of changed the game, but it took years. I mean, a lot of cigar retailers didn't want to touch those cigars because they thought they were beneath them. But they brought in a new smoker, and over the years now, even guys who like to smoke traditional cigars, you'll catch them smoking those infused. I used to joke with the guys. I used to tell Jonathan Drew this. I was like, there's two kinds of cigar smokers in the world: people who love acids and say it, and then people who say they hate acids but secretly smoke them.
Yeah.
So.
I've heard that used for masturbation. That same analogy.
So
the liars, we call them, right?
So, Chris, let's talk baseball.
Yeah.
So,
anything to get off of masturbation.
You mentioned that some teams are doing well that no one would have expected.
Hey, we got a local team.
And I heard something before they started this shortened season that this is from some gamblers, like projecting what they thought a shorter season would mean. And they predicted that a shorter season would mean that a lot of the teams that are lower, are not ranked as high, would have a chance to actually have a better record or possibly make in the playoffs or whatever because there's less games. For instance, like if two professional teams play, anybody has a chance to win, even the worst team, right? Like the worst team plays the best team. At that level, even the worst team has a chance to win that day.
Yeah.
Now, if they play 20 times, most likely the best team's gonna win more times. You know what I'm saying? Like over the course of that, like the talent and the quality of the team will eventually win more than the worst team. But so that makes sense that these like stereotypical or like projected worst teams are actually higher than what they would have been if this was a longer season. Right. So it's pretty interesting a shortened season. Do you think anything like the COVID protocol or lack of audience or fans in the stands have caused any other thing to happen that you weren't expecting?
I don't think it's COVID. I think the shortened season. If you look at teams, I think for the teams with young players that are really performing, I think the shortened season, a lot of folks will say, well, it helped veterans out because they're older. But veterans know how to pace themselves through that long 162 games. And you see teams with young players, they get really hot, but then they go through these hot and cold moments because they just kind of hit a wall. I think when you condense the season down, I think these players are used to playing in this tight window. And I think you see it. I mean, you look at the home run numbers. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, look how many home runs how many runs the Braves are scoring. I mean, it's really been an offensive explosion. You look at Chicago White Sox. I mean, they're just freaking hitting the ball all over the place. So I think the shortened season probably where conventional wisdom would tell you maybe to help the teams with veteran players and older players. I think it's been a positive for younger guys.
I also saw a story that like out west that some players are complaining, like I think they played a doubleheader or whatever, about the air quality. Obviously, the air quality is real bad out there.
Bad.
And some players are like, playing a doubleheader in this air quality, I can't breathe or whatever. Then I started looking at them like, well, all right, let's say a normal game without that much scoring going on, right? Like, could you go a whole game without even theoretically sweating? Now, follow me here. Like, could a player walk out on the field.
We do it here.
Play a whole game. Well,
I'm saying,
professional athletes.
No, but they're in better shape. You see my point? And I think you could.
So, Chris, I mean, do you think because really, like, okay, you jog out to the outfield, right? Like, let's say there's not that much, hits or whatever. A couple of pop-ups and whatever. And then you jog back, you go up to bat, you strike out, you walk back. Like, theoretically, I think you could play the whole game without sweating.
Sort of like a boring. I think you could.
You think that's possible?
But it depends on the position. Obviously, the pitcher and the catcher are going to be working. But if you're not getting base runners, the guys aren't putting the ball, in play, and you got a guy getting a lot of strikeouts. I mean, your first baseman, your outfielders are going to kind of be standing around, So I could see it where if nobody gets on base, your first baseman never moves. So you're just going to hang out at the bag. So.
Yeah. I'm just saying, so if there's any sport that's going to be played with extremely bad air quality, baseball would be the best one.
It would be voted.
You're not huffing and puffing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to play soccer. It would be nearly impossible.
God, no.
But you wouldn't want to play soccer or football in smoky weather, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Basketball, it's inside, so it's fine.
Do you think that there'll be an asterisk on this season because you couldn't take 2020 season and look at anybody's run averages?
To being the same.
You'd have to put it in this weird anomaly outlier that wouldn't really factor into your entire career, right?
Yeah, I think from a statistical standpoint, but I think from like whoever wins the World Series and wins the championship, I think I don't think you put an asterisk. If you didn't put an asterisk on the Houston Astros after last year, I don't think you can really do it for whoever wins it this year because everybody had the same opportunity going in. I know the postseason is different and everything, but everybody kind of knows the rules going in, and everybody's on a level playing field. If you go back and you remember when the Marlins had all those guys get sick and have all those issues, and it's not fair because now they're having to play with a roster. I mean, they already had an undermanned roster. Now they're having to get through all these games with backup players and all this stuff. But if you look at it, where are the Marlins now? They're 3.5 games behind the Braves in the NL East. So I think statistically you'd put an asterisk on it, but I think whoever wins the World Series, I think it's a legit World Series title. I don't think you can take it away from them.
Yeah. Imagine how lucky the Astros feel right now with like they got caught cheating.
Yeah.
And then they're probably sitting around and they're going to like, man, 2020 is going to be real bad.
They're going to get us good for a long time.
They're going to be hitting us. Every pitcher is going to be nailing us in the back.
And the boo.
We're going to travel to every. They're going to boo us out.
They're going to throw eggs at our butt. And then a virus happens. No big deal.
Well, I'm saying, like, imagine they were sitting there before, like back in January. They're going to be like, man, something crazy would have to happen for people to forget what we did. And then it did. And it's like now it's kind of like people still remember, but it's like an afterthought now.
It's not as big of a deal.
And there's no crowd there to boo them every time. And then by the time crowds come back, it's like a long enough time. They'll still boo a little bit, but they didn't get the
we'll
worst
just be
of it.
happy to be out of the virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine? I mean, going to Chavez Ravine, play the Dodgers. This year, those games would have been brutal. And now really, you saw the news the other day. All they had there was 2 ladies standing on the side of the road holding up signs, booing them as they drove by. That's really all they had to worry about.
Yeah.
No big deal.
2 ladies standing on the side of the road.
I'm gonna show my sons this and be like, sometimes you cheat and not that much repercussion.
Because at the end of the day, it's just a couple of cartoon people sitting in the stands. They can't boo you. You're afraid of that?
Sometimes you get away with it.
Sometimes you get the booze. Sometimes you get the cardboard.
All right, Chris.
Worldwide pandemic cures everything, right?
Yeah.
So again, you can go get any cigar from thehumidor.com.
Yeah, a lot of great deals on there. A lot of our guys go in there and they like to kind of they flaunt their deals on Facebook. So go in there, thehumidor.com, and check it out.
Or any ABCs across Florida, obviously. Chris, it's great talking to you, man.
Awesome, guys.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, see ya.
That is our good friend, That is our good friend, Chris Courtney.
Yeah, that's fun. It's
going to happen for a bit.
Yeah. No big deal. I know that. Go!
Hello? May
Hello?
I speak with Miss Falcon?
This is Miss Falcon speaking. How may I help you, sweetheart?
Okay, ma'am, thank you. This is Kenny from Solution Doctors, and I'm calling you, ma'am, because we need to send you a new health benefits card.
Okay.
Are you still... Yes, ma'am. You're still living in Florida?
I am indeed in the Florida sunshine. I love it so much.
Oh, that's good to know, ma'am. That's good.
Where are you calling from there? And what was your name again? I apologize.
No problem. Kenny.
Kenny.
So we're in Georgia.
Kenny Powers.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. No. Kenny chosen.
Kenny, you've
And
seen
we're
that
in
show,
Georgia.
Kenny Powers?
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I said no. I'm not.
It's funny.
Yes. And my dad loves it.
That's awesome.
Yes. And we needed to mail the card out to you so that we can receive it within the next 7 to 10 business days in the mail, and you will use it together with your insurance to receive additional benefits and discounts for your medical services, such as
Oh my God!
vision. What, ma'am? What's happening?
My cat.
I heard a sound.
There it is. My cat. I have a cat. His name is Kenny Powers. Oddly enough, it's very odd. And he's stepping on my phone with his little padsy paws. Oh, Kenny. I am an evil genius.
Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am drinking a delicious cannon charge.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for that, buddy. I appreciate the
problem.
caffeine. Like I need it.
So they called me again this morning, the collections, and this
But
time
what did you default on?
it's the Orlando Sentinel thing.
Again.
Yeah,
I thought you handled all of this.
No.
I heard you call them from the office and you said that you were canceling it, and they said, yes, sir, we have you canceled.
Yeah.
So they sent it to collections.
Yes, they sent me to collections. Apparently, the guy explained it to me because he tried to call my bluff, and he's like, "It's only for $30." I almost paid it because
man, it's the principle.
But I just
Well, what is the other way out?
I have to send them a written letter. And he gave me the address.
Let Butler do it.
Yeah.
Why do you have
yeah.
a guy that you work with?
I know.
Why?
Well, I also I don't want to.
Who do you think gets cards for my wife's birthday?
Butler?
No, Samantha.
Yeah.
Because if you want it done right,
Yeah.
Just saying.
I didn't know it was that. Well, I didn't want to let you guys see me ordering.
who do you think suggested I buy flowers when Maisie did her dance recital?
No, yeah. I heard that one. Yeah,
Samantha.
That's good. Yeah. Well,
But I'm also frugal, and I saw it was BOGO, so
Yeah,
I was like, get him
that's true.
flowers.
Well,
Yeah.
I need a Samantha. You have
No.
Hold
Hold on a second. I knew this segment was going to turn into that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I
Oh,
want
we're
Samantha to
No.
handle my affairs.
No. Well, how are we going to
I don't
settle
need
it? We have
Butler
to settle this
handle-
in a fight, a fist fight.
If we trade, I feel like
You're really pushing me down.
I could
Believe me.
easily beat you.
I feel like if we trade at some point, Dan's gonna make Butler cry, and I don't know if we should.
Oh
do
yeah.
that.
Well, that's what. Yeah. He needs that.
No, I don't want it. No.
Yeah.
He doesn't react well to crying.
No, you're gonna
And
make him cry.
I know, and he cries
yeah.
well. He
He
cries
needs-
at TV shows.
Yeah. He needs.
I was
the-
watching a Publix commercial this morning where the son doesn't want to bake cookies with the mom, but then he comes back to do it, and Butler's just crying, and he dropped his Quest bar.
So I just doubt that me sending the letter will be the end of this. And I foresee there being a lot more time invested into this, and for $30, it's not worth it.
Why do they need the letter?
I'll handle it because I'm not letting them rob you of $30. That's BS.
Because then I told the guy, and it seemed like they ramped
But
it
what's
up.
the purpose of the letter? It's not like
Because
notarized.
they know you won't.
It's
So
not
if
the
you-
law.
Yeah, no,
if you don't do it, they can still
Yes.
keep calling you and trying
That's
to
kind
get
of
your
like
money.
early on. I think I remember porno. Like if you
Yes, the
subscribed,
DVD
I
subscription.
think early on, if you subscribed,
Girls Gone Wild.
even early on, like if you subscribed online, they wouldn't accept you just saying no online. You would have to like physically send them a piece
form,
of mail.
yeah.
Oh, it's like Planet Fitness. You ever try to?
Yep, you gotta go in.
Go in.
I mean, I've just
You gotta
assumed
eat the
I've
Tootsie
got.
Rolls.
I think everybody has at least 3 to 4 Planet Fitness accounts open at one time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Or you try to.
That's how they stay in business, by the way.
Yeah.
Because they know people won't go back in.
I
The
still
shame of
I
going
still
in
have
to
a
cancel.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, and you make the price low, $10. You're
Exactly.
like, whatever. And so,
Which is what they're trying to do with you with $30.
I know.
Don't let them do it.
And then they butter you up by using, there's some sort of subliminal advertising that they do because they've got your money. They know you have to write a form or go in to get out, right?
Yeah.
But then they go, hey, don't worry about it. It's a no judgment zone. And then you're like, hey, this guy's a good guy.
Yeah.
You see what, you know what? There's a psychology to this.
So they, I think they ramped it up and they stepped it up to the D head. I could tell by his voice.
Give me a level 3 on this.
Yeah. So I got called by a level 3 D head.
By the way, when I was doing that, I was a 5.
Oh, really?
Almost, what was it? Level clear Satan.
And so this guy was like, I started telling him like, this is a mistake. I've gone through this, and I'm like, and then I started telling him because I ramped it up. I'm like, I've been talking about this on my radio show.
Oh, whoa! Now that's you didn't. I mean, normally you say, man, I'd hate to mention this.
Right. You got to give them the threat.
Yeah, you normally give them the threat.
The
right?
collections agency doesn't care. I really
Right.
but I told him, I was like, the Orlando Sentinel, I canceled this, and then my subscription went up. I prepaid it. Remember the old Ace Hardware?
So we know.
So then when the subscription was up, they just re-upped it. It's like an auto re-up.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And then
you probably signed off on it at Ace and didn't even realize it.
And then they sent me a bill to who knows where. I didn't, never got it or had no idea.
This is how we do our BDMs.
Let's go down to Orlando Sentinel headquarters, go-to show, and let's get some answers.
No, they moved. I don't even know.
We'll find them.
I think they're in a mall kiosk. now.
Yeah.
It's like
we know people.
They're going out of business.
Yeah,
of course they are.
They took over an old piercing pagoda in the Florida Mall.
And then I told the guy, I was like, they're scamming people by now selling debt off to you guys.
You are now officially an old man that you're telling the scammer how it works. He knows.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Dan Paul, he throws, knowledge in the old Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. And he says, just start blabbing about the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And that they cannot call your job, and technically your cell phone is your job phone because you're self-employed.
Ooh,
maybe throw something at them to like make them think that you're completely confident and know your rights as a consumer.
Right.
The problem is, I also don't want a $30 collections like dinging my credit over some dumbass like this.
Okay, I feel like we're doing an episode of that Penn and Teller BS show where you and I have heard things before, but we don't really know what they do. So I'll throw this out there.
Yeah.
So I default on $30 to the Orlando Sentinel. It goes to collections.
Yeah, how much
It's on my Thank you.
It can't really.
$30.
You and I normally
$30
isn't
isn't
our
gonna do
whole
anything.
show why is this the way it is? That's
Tell
pretty
me
much
why.
we are the Seinfeld of why.
Is it?
I don't want to do that. We just grump about stuff.
Now I guess it'll be on my credit report, but then
How much damage can $30 do?
Right.
If everything else is getting paid and you're going along with life, does the credit bureau go, no, this $30 is still getting incrementally bigger and bigger and bigger,
No
and
way.
he is a horrible
Like
person.
collecting interest?
How would that even make any sense?
Maybe Streamline might be able to find out.
well, I mean,
they deal with credit. Maybe they know.
No, he's just going to give him $30 and tell him to pay it. He's rich.
Yeah, but once you give him
why are you calling me?
Yeah, I'm on the beach in California right now. I'm living my life.
Yeah, you're like, for $30, just pay, you idiot. I'm like, no, that's the principle. Like, who told you that? You're an idiot.
Tactical Hat in the Twitch chat.
Principle, you got more time. Your time is too valuable.
Don't bother him
No,
with
because
this,
people
please.
will still take advantage of you if you do it. Tactical in the chat says, take a full-page article out in the Sentinel that is just the collections notice. That's pretty funny.
That is very funny.
What, to give the Sentinel more money? They're going to be like, thank you.
That's true. Then you're just giving them more
they
money.
don't care.
Take it out in the weekly.
But nobody reads that.
I know. Damn it.
We're like, what is it for your birds?
Tweet at them. Have everybody tweet
But
at Orlando Sentinel.
you will win
No
Best
one cares.
Collections Notice in the 2021.
Even though you crapped all over the Twitch chat, they care. They'll tweet for you.
Yeah, why are you crapping on the Twitch chat,
I'm
man?
not crapping on them. And here's the thing.
He did yell yesterday that you'd be back, and they are back. So he was right.
I don't.
Not all of them are back. I noticed 2 or 3 big names are missing today. Chicken Chungus Pukamungus is gone.
Chungus!
Yeah.
Anyway, so then the guy told me to write this letter, and I'm like,
Well, would you let me write the letter?
Yeah, well, one of us will do it.
then I said, well, what's in the letter saying, hey, this is not mine, thank you. And then he's like, you got to be more detailed than that. And then I was like, one more detail. Do you want the whole goddamn detail? What do you want?
God.
Anyway, and the guy.
You want to pay my wife to write the letter? I was going to pay your mom.
Pay her what? $30?
Yeah. Pay my wife $30 to write the letter.
I'll do it.
You would
for
do it?
free.
No, you're my assistant.
Okay,
well, hold on.
You gotta assign it to Butler
I
then.
never put it that way, but when we're getting serious, something's got to be said.
Hold on. How about I get Samantha
And
Monday,
you're
Tuesday,
Butler's
Wednesday?
assistant. You just don't know it.
I get. You guys got joint custody over me?
No.
I get Samantha every other weekend.
You forgot her dog dishes.
I know a couple where that's an actual thing that happened. We're at a party and the guy was returning the dog and he dropped the dogs off. He's leaving and she looks at him. He's getting in his truck and she goes,
You forgot her dog dishes.
and we're all just standing there holding beers. Like,
Awkward.
what?
And then it's Butler's weekend. He's outside with his backpack. And you never show
I just drive by.
You never
I've
show
got
up.
my wife's standing out of the sunroof with her boobs out. I'm like, I don't care. I'm single.
Then he calls you. Hey, what, Andrew? I thought today's.
Who is? Oh, hey, buddy. Butler, buddy. I'm sorry, bud. Hey, I'll make it up to you. I'll take you to Dave and Buster's next weekend. Yeah, I'll be right there. You just make a couple more lines of Coke.
That's what would happen.
You're gonna have to stay with Tom this weekend. Just one more weekend.
Tom again.
Yeah, they'll
Hey,
David.
sorry I can't make your wife's chiropractic recital tonight, bud. I'm just hanging out with. Look, I gotta go.
I'm just gonna make the. If you've made it over to Dave and Buster's recently,
That's COVID City.
as an adult, because
Well,
you
you
just
knew Buster's gone, right?
'Cause you
It's
just
Dave now.
Yeah, it's just Dave.
I'm not saying with kids, I understand you need to entertain them, but I'm saying as an adult, no kids. If you decided to go over to old Corona Busters because you just couldn't stare because you're like, I miss it so much. I have to go. Mask, you're playing. You've made bad decisions in life. I'm just saying. As an adult.
I gotta get that Dance Revolution fixed.
Oh.
I can't stop these feet.
Over the age of 25. All right. I'm sorry to shame you, but
Shard and say.
Babe, you gotta wash my mask. I gotta go play Deal or No Deal.
and win some tickets.
That I can trade in for absolutely nothing. Gotta go see D-Rug. Wait, he doesn't work there anymore. He works at Ten and Taco. Damn it.
All right, let's do some voicemail.
All right, let me see
Do
if
we
I
have
can.
time?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit of time here. We can
we?
squeeze in a couple. The whole scenario with Butler actually made me kind of sad. I would pick him up. All right, how about a lot of people were talking about Sabbath mode.
Hey gang, it's Zach from Ohio. So I was listening to the episode where you were talking about the Sabbath mode on the oven, and this is actually pretty fascinating. Around Manhattan, there is a Jewish run and maintained like a fishing line, like a wire that goes around the whole thing, and they make sure it keeps a complete circuit, because apparently there's a loophole where that's called an eruv, and it is an extension of the home, because on the Sabbath, they are not allowed to carry things from a private dwelling to a public place, so you couldn't take your keys or your wallet or anything with you. So they believe that if they have a wire going around all of Manhattan, it's a symbolic extension of their home, and they maintain it, and they spend a lot of money doing it, and that's their way of justifying.
Don't
I
get
haven't heard that.
high and start reading about that, and then you'll end up maybe in your eternal sadness of your mom dying watching a documentary on this particular thing.
What
and
is it?
It's a fishing line that goes around this area of New York, and it's been blessed, and rabbis maintain it. They have bucket trucks where they can make sure and check the lines to make sure they get up early in the morning to do it.
Really?
I'll send you a link to like a YouTube documentary you can watch on it. It's really, really, really fascinating.
And they ran a fishing line around the perimeter of like their work
so they
and
can
home.
so they can maintain their work relationship and do the things that they need to do within like a biblical loophole or a
that is
religious
bizarre.
loophole. Yeah.
And so the fishing line is some sort of like symbolic loophole.
Well, it's
extension.
It's an extension
of
and
their
it's
home.
continuing, I guess
It's called
home
an
of the-
eruv.
An eruv, yeah.
So
It encircles Manhattan.
here's what's crazy. Okay, so follow me with this. I understand. I like the loophole aspect of it, right? Because you're getting one over on the rules, right? I always like that.
Yeah, I know you're a huge fan of that.
But what I find the most interesting
Is why even do it?
and bizarre is, okay, I can understand doing it at first, like the first time running it all, but then the fact that they spend time and money and effort to maintain it and make sure there's no break in the line anywhere, that's the crazy part to me, because it's
Well,
like,
somebody's paying for that.
well, because what if it is broken? Like, in your mind it's a loophole anyway,
Right.
right? So it's like, in your mind,
It's for
if-
other people then, right? Because you're not doing it for something that you truly don't believe in, because if you did believe in it, then you wouldn't...
You wouldn't be doing it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
No,
That's what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
man, I know.
So you truly believe in the loophole so much that you
But you're trying to
hired-
explain the same thing that is
Yeah.
in every religion.
I know.
right? I mean, you're trying to explain...
I know. But that's
You're
bizarre.
trying to explain the one thing I don't think
Yeah.
we'll ever be able to, and that's where, I guess, your faith or your... I don't know how you want to...
I mean, if you really want to,
How
be true to the religion, you just stay home at Sabbath, right?
well, because
And don't do nothing.
it's more
Literally
about,
rest like you're supposed to.
Right.
yeah, but
If that's how you are,
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're lying to yourself.
yeah, but that's the thing that it gets me every time, because it's like you're so religious and you're so dedicated that even with this loophole, you're dedicated to the loophole, and if it breaks,
Well, that I respect.
Well, then you're a crazy person.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
no, but that I
it
respect because you
does-
truly believe in it. You know what I mean? Like,
But
so,
you don't.
But yeah, because
No, I'm saying if they stay home
You believe
and they don't.
in the lie workaround to make your life
No,
easier.
I'm not saying that person. I'm saying the
Ah,
person
gotcha.
that fully believes, stays in their house, and abides by the
Yes.
rules. That I respect that
Sure,
fully.
yeah.
Because you're all in.
Yeah.
I the loophole thing is
Yeah.
I don't buy into that.
and it's again, it's the craziness of maintaining the loophole and the maintenance and everything. So because they believe if that fishing line does break, then somehow their loophole is not magical anymore. And then
I want a magical
But
loophole.
what would be really cool
I
is
just-
to have like a
Weird.
rabbi who does truly believe, but also is in charge of or maintains the line, explain to us what it means to that culture. You know what I mean? Because there maybe there's something we are missing. Maybe I don't know, but I'd like to fully understand it more rather than just looking at it like a loophole, because then that's kind of disrespectful, right?
Yeah,
No,
but
I
they're
mean-
they're opening themselves up for it.
Right.
Like
I just want to hear
I don't-
I want to hear a true explanation for that.
How it's allowed as
Yeah.
a loophole? Yeah, sure. I'd like to hear the explanation.
you're nitpicking because it's not it's not the intention of the rule of the faith or whatever, and then the intention was to truly rest and not do anything, and therefore they wrote these rules for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But also not only.
But then they give themselves an out? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, if a smart enough lawyer, anybody can read any rule and find loopholes
course,
or ways
yeah.
around it and stuff, and then like, well, it doesn't say technically you couldn't do this and still be within the guides
Right.
of. But what's crazy to me is that like they truly believe like, oh, even though the wording is not exact, we'll go like it's a legal
Yeah.
case, and then have this loophole and believe that somehow
That's
God's like,
tricking
oh,
God.
you
No,
got me.
No, it's tricking God in a weird way, right?
And
God knows all.
And
He
correct.
knows.
So
You're
you're
like, no,
never gonna win.
no.
And the fishing line, I'm still following it. Gotta go.
Or maybe the
Weird.
explanation. Maybe the explanation
Don't.
is that God expects you to do that, or so. I don't know.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
would
yeah.
like to hear it because
I would too.
I find that kind of stuff interesting. You know.
Bizarre. Anyway.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producers here. We're giving you the Thursday one regular segment.
Yep. Go to tomanddan.com for new merch. We got masks, new straw hats, whiskey glasses.
If you want to cover your entire body, you put the hat on. You put the mask on.
Yeah. Van Dennis t-shirts.
Yeah, put that on you.
Yeah. Other shirts, BDM shirts, girl BDM shirts.
Those straw hats, man, those are my favorite ones, the new ones.
Oh, yeah.
I love, it's got like a really nice, almost like a a beach or surf design. But it's great. TomandDan.com/merchandise, I believe, is how you get there.
Also, we have on there an option, and these shirts we don't produce, but we partnered up with that Represent company, and basically it's like print-to-order shirts. We did it a long time ago with the old school logos, but this time we did it with you could order a Tom and Dan shirt with your particular colors, and we kind of tailored it. We Eric, our merchman, he put up all the different team colors. He did it by city, or you can do your own custom, choose your own color. But I've got a Miami, Daniel got an Atlanta shirt, Samantha got a Tampa, Butler got Baltimore. We ordered Tony a Jets.
Tony follows football?
He likes the Jets, unfortunately for him, because they're bad. They stink, Tony.
They're bad.
Darnold, Mono Donald.
What?
I can't even say. Mono Darnold. That's hard to say.
Mono Darnold?
Yeah.
Mono Darnold.
Well, easy for
Mono Darnold. I didn't know what you were doing. I thought you were yelling Leroy Jenkins and running into the Warcraft room.
Anyway, old Adam Gase stinks. Anyway.
Oh, that's where he landed. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. You stunk in Miami, and you really stink in New York.
Gee.
Shall we give them the old Thursday one regular show, buddy?
Yeah.
You want to give them some voicemail email action?
Yep, let's do it.
Why don't you guys leave us a voicemail? You can do that by getting our free app. Just search Mediocre App or Tom and Dan wherever you get your smart apps for your phone. All of our content's on there. You can sign up to be a BDM member. It really helps out the show, and you get extra content. You used to get private parties. We're pivoting into something else that you'll get. But, yeah, you get always something a little bit extra if you're a BDM member. Sam, let's start with maybe an email, because my voicemails, I'm going to have to get them ready here in a second. But can you hit me with an email?
Hey, gang. So this week, I pulled a Tom. After catching up on Friday's show, I went to Willow Tree to pick up dinner for the family and I, and while I was there, I asked for the BDM pint glass. The guy seemed confused about it at the bar, but when I told him, I think it has a red bottom, he magically found one for me. Then he proceeded to charge me for a new order and charged me $5 for the free glass. And as stated, I pulled a Tom, and to avoid the awkwardness that would follow if I tried to explain to him that it was free, I just shut up, handed him my card, and paid. Please know I'm not bagging on them. I love the place as well as most of Sanford, and that's why we had C&B sell us a house up here a few years ago. Also, side note, am I the only one who still tips on my to-go orders from the local restaurants this year while we are going through COVID? Because I totally tipped this guy on top of paying for a free glass. Adam, a.k.a. a Tom in training.
Well, we already contacted Adam and
sometimes,
Hollowbox
there's some misunderstandings.
Yeah, Hollowbox already contacted Adam, and it was just an accident. Because technically, the pint glasses are at their market. And not actually at Willow Tree. Now, Willow Tree has our new pins, and those are at Willow Tree. So if you go there to the bar or eat at any time, just ask for a Tom and Dan pin. It's those little German, little sausages.
Two little bratwursts.
Yeah, with mustard weens. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to have mustard ween this year?
Yeah.
Mustard ween?
Pizza party.
So he already took care of that. But here's the thing. When you're doing these kind of promotions, to literally tell every single one of your staff, even a part of your staff that not even work at the promotions at the market in a different store, a little bit, people get confused.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sorry. And I would do exactly what you did, sir. If he's just like, guys, you charge before I just pay it.
Yeah.
I don't say, wait a minute. The Tom and Dan said this is free. It just because
yes, you should still tip.
Yeah, I don't know why people aren't.
Yeah.
I am.
You have to tip on to-go orders. At least something.
I've heard lately a lot of the friends that I know that do Uber Eats or DoorDash or anything that they've really been either not getting any tips or they've been slacking a lot lately, which is terrible.
They probably got heavy at first,
right?
And then now it's like
people are like, oh, things are back to normal.
Well, people are already saying that, like on my social media, I'm seeing people that are just like, I don't do anything I started doing 7 months ago. Do you? And I'm like, yeah.
It's like working out. You just get lazy and you're like,
I don't want to wash my hands.
Also,
so tired.
I don't like you have to tip on those like food delivery services before you get your food because like it's counterintuitive to the whole tipping purpose, right? Like you tip because the person like did something. I mean, they
Well,
deliver
they're
to you
banking
on time
on
or
people's bad will of either shutting their phone off and forgetting to tip after.
Yeah.
I mean, once they have the food, what's the obligation?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I understand. But I've tipped a generous amount plenty of times, and the person took like an hour and 30 minutes to come. Like it was a ridiculous amount of time.
I
And you
know.
got to contact the delivery service.
Yeah.
And let them know.
There's the right.
They'll give you a
My
credit.
God,
or-
yeah, that's what
the
you gotta
credit!
do. Yeah. I know, man.
Well, I
too
mean,
much.
that's
Have
how it
you
works.
ever called?
I just want to
Okay, here's
complain to you guys.
Here's the
Oh,
Wayback
great.
Machine. Have you guys ever ordered a pizza and then had to call to find out where it is?
You know, me and my husband were
yeah.
talking about this the other day, and
I have.
I think it was when we were staying somewhere by the beach or something, and we ordered a pizza, and it just never showed up, and then we were so drunk and tired, we just fell asleep. We never got the pizza.
No, did you pay for it?
Yeah,
Oh,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow,
That, I've done that.
was
And
your
I think we
one-
just were like, you know what, we deserve that.
that was your one and only Tom. That was
that.
your one time you were like
Yeah.
a Tom.
Yeah.
Did you see how excited he got?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
I
she's
like
like
that.
me, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we shouldn't have,
Yeah,
we shouldn't
yeah.
have ordered this late.
That's on
too
me.
drunk. That was us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I have.
But
Perhaps we gave the wrong address. Who knows?
What stinks is that probably that pizza got thrown away, which I'd rather it go to someone.
I think it
you
went
know?
to somebody. At least the driver probably took it home or something.
I
I'm
bet you those
surprised they
drivers
don't
hate-
just put it in
or
another
give it to their
box
friend. Yeah,
and
give it
send
to
it out
somebody
to
else.
somebody else.
Pre-COVID, I bet they did.
I
but
mean,
now,
like, okay, so
Nah,
the
they do it
pizza
now.
shows up, and I look at the pizza, and it's got a little sticker on it that says, like, tamper-proof. But all of the people making the pizza could have been nude, just rubbing the pizza everywhere, right?
yeah.
So what does the sticker do?
it's just marketing to make you feel better.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
It's all, but most of everything is just really
Marketing. Yeah.
to make you feel better or whatever. It's like,
I mean, if they really want to do it, they'll go to my model, which is we put a camera on the guy that's making all of your food, and you have to watch it.
you watch it on a
Yeah,
webcam.
on your webcam.
Yeah, I'm watching, and then you can comment.
Yeah,
too.
you can talk to him.
You're like, hey.
I think I saw you rub your mouth, Jerry, if that is your real name. I did not rub my mouth.
You just have customers sitting there
Yeah,
watching you
watching.
every second.
Yeah, it's fun for the customer and for the person making the pizza.
I forgot. God, who did I talk to where they were telling me that they work in one of these labs where it's. I know we talked to someone on Weird Job about it, where it's like a food lab or whatever,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But in the like, if you work in one of those labs, like it has like the full glass walls and all this stuff, and there's cameras and stuff. But there's apparently, especially if it's like important and there's like really a lot of safety involved, there's someone watching you at all times. Or do your job at all from.
They're supposed to be, yes.
From start to finish, yeah, and that's got to be a weird way to work, right?
Well, how do you feel?
boring, right?
Well,
how do you
not-
feel doing your job, having me watch you all day long? And do you watch my facial expressions where I'm like, and then sometimes I'm, do you see? How does it make you feel?
It must
do
be,
you hear me when I'm watching you sleep?
Because most people, if you have a regular corporate job, let's say, like I'm trying to figure out like what would like a
Well, you hide in your
stereotypical
cubicle and you goof
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
working
yeah.
at, you work for State Farm.
Yeah, it's a stereotype that you're only working actually 10 minutes a day, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're just most of the
Well,
day
you
just
get
goofing
there,
off.
you drink your coffee, you eat your Danish, check your emails.
Yeah.
Little bit of Facebook, little bit
It's
of work.
like Office Space.
Throw a couple of emails.
Yeah.
Decide where to go to lunch, chit chat,
Yeah,
go to
Wait a
lunch,
minute.
Gossip.
lunch
minute.
runs late, come back, check emails, little bit of work,
Are we
little
a
bit
corporation?
of Facebook, leave
Because
early.
that is Butler's work ethic.
Yeah. Well, he's
yeah.
been working in
Yeah.
corporations.
Well, Butler doesn't even work here. He works for State Farm.
That
That's what
makes
he's
more
doing.
sense.
He's a remote office. You haven't seen the people coming and going, and he's wearing
I've
the
seen him
red,
coming and going. Where is he right now?
Red shirt, tan pants.
What are those remote offices that cops have at 7-Eleven?
That's
What is
nothing.
that?
That's a place for them to go and,
What is it? What's in there?
No,
break
they
room.
just go there to take a dump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it a place that?
Yeah, they see the phone and they pick it up. They're like, "I'm taking a dump." Shut it down.
Hey, what's in there?
It's a dump phone.
Like, is there a desk
In
with a
the
computer?
box, there's nothing in the box. It's just a red phone. I guess if they need to call back to headquarters, I'm like, my God, they're killing us all. Help.
There's got to be a cop that listens to the show that could tell
That's
us.
a little place for them to do their schoolwork, right?
Well, they got a computer in their cars now.
And
Everybody
a nice seat to sit in, lumbar
like,
support.
Why would you ever go to behind the 7-Eleven? It stinks
One
in there.
word,
Ooh.
taquitos. That's why you
But
go.
also to dump, right?
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
in the
do-
bathroom.
They put it near the bathroom.
They should call it cop's bathroom, but they call it something fancy,
Yeah.
like it's
Lavatory.
no, but it's like a satellite office. For,
Like remote substation.
Yeah,
0x51. No, it's not.
just
It's a phone for the cop to take a poop.
yeah.
It's
Dump
a poop
station.
phone.
It's a
And
cop's
they should
bathroom.
make the phone brown.
Yeah. Because that's all they're
And
doing.
they should just put on there a sticker instead of calling it a substation XJ0
Yeah.
or code red station. Call
yeah.
it poop phone. And then we'll know what it is.
Yeah. Because they go, all right, that is what it is, right?
Yes.
No way it's something different.
Well,
Because you got a computer in your car.
I've heard
that
people
internet
tell
and-
me that they could use it to like radio back to HQ, but don't they
Can't they
have?
do that in their phone?
Yeah, they're covered in radios that are like two-way communicators right
CB
to.
radio in their
Yeah,
car.
like they
Yeah.
could go right to a helicopter at any
they
moment.
got the
Right?
internets.
Yeah, the only thing they don't have in the car is a
It's a
toilet.
poo-poo. Yeah.
And then you just get 7-Eleven.
You know what? They
And they're
should
like-
figure out a way to build that into the car.
They're like, we can't make it so like, I mean, what if I go in there? There's some crackhead in there like shooting up, or like he's in there taking a poop. We got to give the cop his own thing,
Yeah,
but they
it's
can't
private.
put private cop bathroom or people will go crazy.
Yeah. So you got to
So
put
you
it
have
around the back.
So you got to put a phone there.
I wonder if 7-Elevens build those and then they get paid, but like.
No, I think it's more incentive for like they kind of watch out for the 7-Eleven so
Oh,
they
so
don't
there's
get robbed.
cops.
and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So there's cops constantly pooping in their.
They're fine with it as long as they don't get
If you
robbed.
got to poop, you got to go poop over there.
Well,
That's
yeah,
7-Eleven.
I mean, what is the cop gonna do? He's in there pooping. I'm gonna rob the place, run out.
They're taking all my now and laters. I can't do anything. I'm pooping.
Yeah. He's not gonna see it. He's behind the.
Use the phone to call HQ.
All right, I'm glad we figured that out because I always
Do
wondered.
you think we got to the bottom of it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly what it is.
It's the poop phone.
Yeah, 100%.
Throw me an email, Sam.
Okay. Pullman. Good afternoon, crew. I was listening to a Wednesday's ACT and wanted to chime in on the Pullman talk. I'm an owner and operator of my own small business, residential service only and primarily in the villages. I maintain 125 pools a week.
Yeah, we were looking for that number. That's
Whoa.
why I emailed.
I can't find good employees, so I quit trying. Tailgate is rusted and money is decent. Able to talk whenever you'd like. Love the show. BDM for life.
That's a lot of pools.
So basically, he'd like to have people work under him
Yeah.
so he doesn't have to maintain the 125 pools a week, but he can't find any good employees. he
Yeah,
says.
that's the problem. So
That's
It
why you
lends
need-
itself
So-
to
That's why
maybe
certain
not reliable people.
7-Elevens need doo-doo phones. That's why.
So you got 125, and I'm going times.
What is it a week?
Usually it's like
75?
100 to 125. Yeah.
My mom was getting a really good deal.
Times I'm just gonna go 120. That's pretty good. It's 15,000 a month minus now pool chemicals, gas. I wonder what all that
Equipment.
Costs. Yeah. You got to get that
Yeah.
that weird big thing that hangs off the back of
Yeah,
your truck.
I saw that, dude.
It's
I saw
a
that
shark or
yesterday.
whatever.
Remember, I didn't know what you were talking about. I said I've never seen it used.
Yeah.
Damned if I didn't see one on the back, and it was a tiny truck. Like the machine was almost bigger than the little
Yeah.
Chevy love truck it was on.
It's the size of a big carpet cleaner, like Stanley
Yeah,
steamer.
and he had a specific hitch for it, and then
Yeah.
he had all of his equipment out the back, and he had a cigarette or a lefty, and he's going down the road, and he looks as
rusted
happy as he
tailgate?
could be.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's so. I wonder minus expenses. What are you pulling in as a pool guy?
Like,
And
50K?
Do you get tipped out
More than that. I
at the
think.
end of
And,
your job?
my mother would
I
do
don't-
it.
or is it just a base pay?
Mom did it for holidays, just like kind of like a letter carrier.
It's a
You know, like
monthly,
you'd give your pool man,
God, I don't
like
tip-
$50 or $25 gift card to Target or something. You
for
know,
the- yeah, I need to be better at that.
dude, I'm the
Dude,
my wife is the queen of it. I mean, at Christmas time for all of our teachers and people that work for us, she just starts shooting gift cards out of her hands like Iron Man.
Yeah. Dude, I went out and I tipped my garbage men $20,
Oh,
A piece?
It's change your life.
No, just one.
Oh,
What?
no. Dude,
What?
you got to talk to me before you
What
do
am
this.
I? What am I giving them
You
$100?
gotta know them. No, you gotta make
There's
sure.
like four
you gotta make
guys.
sure everybody sees.
So they all got $5.
You gotta make. No, he
Well,
may not.
the
split
driver.
It. He may not split it.
I went and then it's because I was gonna have a lot of stuff.
You there, who's in charge? Who's your driver? I'm Tom Van. Make sure you split this equally, chaps.
I had a pile of wood and other stuff that like is extraordinary than most people residents have. So I felt bad because remember I got yelled at the one time for having too much cardboard, and then
Yeah.
the guy's like,
You're always a little too much.
yeah, and because we produce an insane amount of
Yeah,
trash.
you
Like,
really do.
just a pie.
Well,
just,
hey, it's in your name, trash people. Yeah, it's like.
and
I'm
so
sorry.
the driver jumped out, and then I ran over, and I
Hey,
was
it's
like,
Cardboard Man. What do you want?
and then I was like, here you go, man. I'm sorry for all this stuff. And then the driver gave the 20 to the guy in the back, and then he put it, and then now.
Because he's doing most of the work.
And dude, I throw away. I put piles of cardboard. They take everything now.
Well, you got to maintain. You only get. It's like
Yeah,
using
how
your-
many times?
Okay, it's almost like in a video game when you use your force shield. It
Yeah.
only lasts for a certain amount
Yes,
of time.
yeah.
So you got to make sure.
So when does that 20 wear out?
you probably have to the end of this month and eking
120
into the
for
next,
one guy?
now normally
You
I
got to
don't
go
have.
a little higher than that.
Normally I don't
How
have.
much you give your recycling guy?
No, I don't give him. nothing.
Oh, he doesn't recycle.
Yeah, no, I do, but I started just doing cans. Crystal tries to do all the paper. I just put that in the trash.
Yeah.
and then I
Well,
just do
ball
cans.
it up. She can't do anything
Yeah,
with it
yeah,
if you
yeah.
ball it up.
But the
and then
recycling.
pee on it.
I'm more doing it because now if it was just like 2 cans with regular trash bags in there, like I'm like, all right, that's maybe that deserves a Christmas tip every year. But I'm saying I'm doing a lot of stuff that's like technically I'm supposed to bind this stuff or like
You got to do a gift
there's
basket.
construction materials that they don't want to
We have
take
just enough time to fix this. We can do a perfect gift basket with some. We got to have
they
some
don't they just
alcohol.
want cash, straight cash.
No.
Yeah, they do
No,
want
you,
straight
you,
cash.
you add the cash. No, not always. You got to get the alcohol. You got to get something tasty in there
Yeah, but
and some money.
with Tom's orb and luck, he'll give the alcohol to someone who's an AA, and then they fall off the wagon and they ruin their lives.
They
Yeah.
Meemaw's like
Garbage men don't. There are no alcoholic.
They don't get sober?
garbage men. There's no alcoholic garbage men.
Meemaw's like gift baskets. Nobody else likes gift baskets.
My garbage men like it. Maybe they're fancier garbage men. though.
Well, they'll take anything for free, but they just
Yeah,
rather
what's in the basket?
they'd rather have
Well,
cash.
in ours it was Captain Morgan, and then we had some White Claw, and then we had some cheap beer, some Miller Lite in there, and
So a
then
lot of alcohol.
We had some baked goods, and then we had a card
that you made
with some
or,
money in it
or
that we made.
bought?
Yes.
Oh
That we
wow!
made.
Yeah, they
Can't do that now in COVID times, right?
No, you probably can't.
Yeah.
they I guarantee you they just want straight cash,
I
hard
agree.
cash. They take
Yeah.
that basket. They're mad. They're like, God damn! Now I got to ride
Now
in the
they
truck
they
with
just
the
throw
basket.
the basket into the back of the truck. They're like, screw this.
There, we'll take the liquor and the booze out
Yeah.
with the homemade cookies. Put that in there, and then divvy up the cash, and then spin it fat. They're like,
They stop at that 7-Eleven.
and in fact, they contemplate. They're like, "Oh, is this enough cash to but I never have to do this goddamn job again." But yeah, I imagine that they hate it, but maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. But God,
Did you see that? Jerry just quit. Now he's in the cop poop phone.
like again, it's the cheapest thing we pay for in our taxes. That I can't believe how cheap it is for some. Like a truck and a company to come pick up my trash 2 times a week,
Yeah.
and
Man,
just
I'm
take
mad
it away.
that you get it twice a week. I
Oh,
only
you
get
only
it
got
once
whoa,
a week. Yeah.
no,
Oh, my
that's
God.
bad. Where do you
Where do
live?
you live at? You live in
Middle
the
of nowhere?
desert?
Yeah. Once a week.
Yeah.
What day?
Tuesdays.
Oh, it's the worst day.
I
Yeah.
get Tuesday, Friday.
And large item pickup Wednesdays.
I get large item and I get yard waste.
Oh, God.
Yard waste comes on Wednesday.
I get yard waste
Oh,
on
I
Monday.
forgot.
I get yard waste.
It's true. I had a big.
Oh, you got a
Yeah,
whole
what do you
tree
got
you gotta
now?
chop up.
I just a bunch of yard waste that I have.
What kind of yard waste?
I go out there and I cut the trees and I
Leave 'em
How
alone for a
often?
little while.
Yeah, you're not gonna have anything left over
I got a
there.
lot of plants and I'm
He does have a lot of plants. While
You
we
just
were
toss
over
them in the
there,
trash?
no, during football, while we were over there, his wife made fun of him because he has some sort of like weird. What's that knobby plant that's over by the fence? She said the name of it to me. It's bright green. And part of it fell off because of the hurricane or the storm. So now you're trying to plant it in the ground. She said.
Oh well, there's couple. I got some mother-in-law plants over there, and there's a banana tree. I got a sea
You got
grape.
any nanners?
I got
Sea grape. I think it was sea grapes.
Yeah. The sea grape was yellow. I got to figure.
And you were trying to, and you went over, and you're like, my sea grapes fell over, and you stiff
Oh,
waddled
that's-
over,
oh,
and then
that's-
you're dramming it into the ground. You're like, come on, baby, don't die on me.
That's the big golden pothos I got.
Yeah. Your
yeah.
pothos.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was drunk. I didn't care.
It's an animal dug it up, or that or my wife. I know,
She's trying to drive you crazy. She's gaslighting you, man. She's digging all your plants out. And then you get out there and you put them all back in, and she just laughs. She was laughing at you. She goes, he's out there messing with his Prometheus, or what is it called?
Pothos.
Yeah, he's over there trying to jam it back in the ground. You were almost in tears. You're like, come on, baby. Don't die. Don't die. Daddy's got you. Put you back in the mud. Put you in the mud. Oh, nice, cool mud. You got some nice, cool mud on you.
It turns out I like plants and gambling. Those are my
Weird
two hobbies.
combination.
Yeah. Those are my two favorite things right now. And
You're
my,
like
my only escape.
Gay Kenny Rogers.
I follow these plant accounts on Instagram now.
Oh, no.
A lot of lesbians with cats like plants.
Well,
turns out.
all you need is a cat.
You're only a cat away. Yep. Sam.
If you like, I think if you like plants, you tend to like cats.
If you
too.
like plants, you'll love cats.
yeah, cats and other bees.
Really, dude. Come on.
I was just saying, it's that stereotype, but I think it's pretty true. I'm just gonna.
You have that. I'm going to David Buster's look in your eye. When you said that.
Listen, I'll talk plants all day. I go to these nurseries and I just talk to them all day.
Do you really?
On my
I
weekends.
find it odd that, and I think this is just the stereotype, and it's not fair to her, but I find it odd that your wife, who is vegetarian,
Right.
not into plants. But
Yeah.
just
No.
because you're vegetarian doesn't mean that
Right.
you like botany
The
or like
actual
messing
garden.
around.
Yeah.
It's like they're completely different things, but for some reason I want to throw that stereotype on her, and I want her to get out there and love plants with you, and she just
I eat tons of meat. I'm not going to the
Yeah.
farm and butchering the
I
animals.
got you.
I think she doesn't like it because I like it now. Because
Well, you got to
Oh.
start hating it.
Well, I don't. I love them. I love my plants.
The only thing he loves besides his boys.
Yeah.
Do your boys like the plants?
Tommy, he'll wake up on the weekends and
Yes, it's plant day.
me and Tommy wake up early, and then Max and Crystal sleep in, and so
The cool dudes are sleeping in while the nerds get up there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. So you and Max time is he gets to go have a delicious Captain Kidd smoothie, but Tommy has to go wet the plants with Daddy on Sunday
Well,
morning.
they love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You get them a little cup of coffee.
Well, we wake up early, and then
What's early to
Hand
you?
him a tiny newspaper.
to
He takes
Tommy, because he
7.
goes to bed at like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Seven's early.
Yeah, so we get up like 7-ish, and then Crystal and Max they'll slow sleep until 8:49
Nice.
on the weekends, and then so we'll just go and then we'll walk around the backyard. I'll talk his ear off about all the plants, and he pretends to be interested, and then I get him to water them, and it's Tommy Daddy time.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then so he'll when we wake up, he's like, "Is it plant time?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, it's plant time." And then
Plant time.
and then there's the magic tree, which I have to.
Is that the one that comes to life?
Yeah. It's I've been slacking on putting anything new in there, so all the annuals that I put in there died off. So that Tommy's like, the magic tree's dying, so I have to go buy.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
I have to buy something that will grow slow.
Why don't you go, this can only be the work of Safarius. The
Yeah,
wizard.
start making stuff
Yeah, you should
up.
start making something up and be like, he's cursed this plant. You need to come with me. Get your wizard robes.
By
Let's
the
go.
way, I started the Harry Potter movies, and ooh, they are a hunk of garbage.
I like the first one. You didn't like the...
Terrible.
You didn't like it?
Terrible.
It was a long time. It was what?
It was
what
like
year?
2001 was
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
I
one.
like the first Harry Potter with the flying
Look, I'm
car
sticking
and-
through it. I'm halfway through the third movie now, but third movie's a little bit better than the first two. The first two are a hunk
I
of
think
crap.
everybody thinks they get better, so...
Terrible.
I'm excited to watch with my boys when they're still.
They
say they're too
honestly,
scared for it.
yeah, I think it might be a
I
little
was
too much
watching
for them.
Showgirls last night with Maisie, and
Just
she,
certain scenes.
She really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the pool scene.
Yeah, she loved. I mean, she also likes Gina Gershon.
You gotta have her watch Wild Things next.
Okay, I can do that. I think I'm next for us is the one with Drew Barrymore and
Never been kissed?
no, where she's kissing the guy in the rain. Poison Ivy.
Oh yeah. Oh, that
Yeah,
one's good.
we're gonna
good.
do Poison
the
Ivy.
car, the rain
Yeah,
scene.
we're gonna do that. and then I think we're gonna finish the night maybe doing Train Spotting or Kids. I can't decide.
Dude, Pudge told me the other day that him and his son watched Jaws.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
He-
like,
he-
Jaws!
He texted me that. I
How
go,
old
Dude,
is
you
his
can't.
son?
You
His
can't watch
son's
that.
5 years old.
Yeah, same age as our kids.
Yeah. And
No, that one scene
younger
at the
than
end,
Tommy.
The scene at the end where the dude's chomp crazy.
Yeah.
No, you can't watch that with your kid.
Yeah. He said his
That
his
scares
kid loved
me.
it. I was like, God damn, your kid's a Miami
Oh,
real man.
yeah, wow.
Oh my God.
He opens his coat. There's watches.
We watched the preview to Jumanji, and my kids were hiding under the blankets. And I was like, God damn, Jumanji is scarier than I
Jack
remember.
Black is a spooky man.
No, the old one.
Oh, with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
See that guy? He hung himself.
He seems happy, but he's
He's
sad.
sad.
Turns out he had some sort
Brain
of
thing.
disease.
He had a brain thing.
Yeah. The brain dementia is a whole thing. I read after.
Yeah, you
It's
might
a-
get that. So
Yeah.
enjoy Jumanji. I'm going to go use the cop pooper.
Yeah, but we gotta go.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, who? Hello?
Hello? Who are you trying to
Hello,
get
can
in?
you hear me?
Yes, who are you trying to get in touch with?
It's Sam.
Sam who?
Samantha. Sam Samantha.
You know, how come we've never called her Toucan Sam?
Oh my God.
It's been right in front of us the entire time,
Sir-
and it took your phone call to figure it out. You're a winner, sir.
Yeah. We'll send you the Toucan Sam T-shirt
How
that
come
we
we've
make.
never done Toucans?
yeah.
Sam.
Yeah. Papone, if you're listening,
Toucan Sam, get on it.
I know we're not broadcasting, so it's
No, we
impossible.
are. We're on Twitch,
it's Twitch.
yeah.
Okay.
We're on Twitch, yeah.
Someone,
How come we've never called you Toucan Sam? Toucan.
Yeah.
Cans!
Well,
feel
Is
like it's-
anybody saying this?
It's been said before.
calm down. I don't think we can say
I
that.
don't.
It's a different. I
Back
started
in
reading.
2013.
All
started
cans
reading-
matter.
Started reading what people are getting like fired for. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God, I
wow.
do that now.
Yeah. There was a Latin man, a big fat Latin man that got fired from iHeart for stealing a sleeve of premium saltine crackers.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
well, they're
watched
premium. I mean,
I watched him pack his desk. It was sad.
Someone got fired in radio the other day for tweeting some shit. So what do you want to talk to Sam about, sir?
I
called
have
for
a
you.
new idea for a segment of the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Samantha's here. She's
Well,
ready to listen.
look, I'm rolling now,
Hello.
so fuck it. We're doing it
Oh,
live.
okay, great.
All right. So
Great,
what? First of all, what's your name?
This is Tom's other mailman.
Oh, this guy.
my
Thi-
man.
You know, eventually this guy's gonna
now
kill
you got to be nice because
Did-
it's your mailman.
Did you see a collection notice from
Just throw
Orlando-
those in the trash.
Orlando Sentinel?
Yeah. Can you just kind of drop those out the truck?
If you see them, could you let me know? I'll give you my number. You can text me because I don't
You ever
know.
peeked in the window at Soapy Butt?
Did you ever hear someone scream help from the kitchen?
Also,
Suspicioso?
do you always walk up the? Because I feel like you should be able to walk across the yards for the fastest, path of least resistance.
No, don't
you know?
walk through my yard.
Oh, you got the mailbox up by your house?
Yeah. I got the old.
That's old school.
Yeah, you have to park at the end of the street to go around.
Also on the line with us right now via Skype is Cadillac Pat. Pat, can you hear us? Welcome to the
Yes,
show.
I can.
Pat, what is your opinion of
Welcome to the party
What
line.
is your opinion of the U.S. Postal Service? Are they doing their job, and will there be mail fraud? Weigh in. Have your say to the USA and Canada. Call 1-433-00-555-3.
Yeah, they're doing their job. It's a crappy job, but I'm sure it's a hard job. They're doing their job pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat.
Well, my mailman's on the line.
Mailman, would you like to refute his claim that you are doing a good
Yeah.
job, you're doing your thing, but it's a crappy job?
Yeah, are you going to deliver my votes, mailman? Because I'm.
Wait, how many you got?
Yeah. Well, if I'm South Carolina, I've got multiple.
Yeah. Tommy, Max, everybody,
Yeah.
all the votes.
Hey, Maggie the dog is a bleeding heart liberal. Let's just say. She's Biden through and through.
She's biting.
And it's funny, too, because I talked to her, and she goes, Kamala. Kamala. Kamala.
Oh, that she says.
That's how she says. That's her bark.
Oh, weird.
I'm like, someone's at the door. She's like, Kamala. Kamala.
Hey, Tom's mailman, have you seen his hot neighbor?
No.
Oh, he's
damn
in the
it.
can.
Oh,
You're taking a big postal shit. Big, you special delivery coming. Here it comes. Here it comes. This is a 8 stamper.
Okay, so we just realized that
Kamala.
the cop substations at the 7-Elevens are just for them
Poop
to
zone.
take a shit. So where do the mailmen of the world?
Where do you take a shit?
Among the roots in Tom's front yard.
so it's not the cats, it's your mailman.
At first, I thought he was going to say, I'm in a rooms to go. That's what it sounded like he was going to say. I'm in the back. I'm near the kids section. I'm rooms to go juniors. I'm shitting it up Pat. All right, mailman, I'm getting you.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I got one more mailman question for you.
Please.
So, I have. Did I give you a Christmas gift last year?
No.
Did I give you a tip? I gave someone a tip, but there's another mailman that does.
No one should have 2 mailmen.
I think there's another one.
No, I have 1 mail lady.
Yeah, but I see another.
Everybody has 2.
Everybody has 2. So did he?
I don't trust anyone telling me that out of a rooms to go junior bathroom.
Well, sir, I meant to tip you because I know you're a BDM. I didn't mean to tip the other guy, but I think he took your tip. So I just want to say
well, that's not fair. So it really depends on who gets it that day.
Yeah.
That
Luck of the
sucks.
draw.
Yeah. Everybody wants the route on the Christmas Eve or whatever. You know,
Sure.
right? So how should people do that to make sure the right mailman gets the tip?
Write the name on the envelope.
I don't know my mailman's name.
You know what? You ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. He's right. You should know the name of your letter carrier.
How? How would I know that? I never even
Okay,
seen my
hold on.
mailman.
In a drunken fog, I
Somebody
remember.
walking by your front door every day.
Well, I don't have that. I have the communal
You're gonna
box.
have the police come and tase you out of that bathroom. You gotta stop screaming in there, man. You gotta hold it.
I don't have one of the mailboxes where they come up to my house. Mine's a communal one. I have to
me
walk
too.
down the street.
That's what I have. Keep it low and whisper into the phone.
Oh, sorry. I finished now.
Oh, didn't even
He didn't
wipe.
flush or wipe or wash his
Didn't
hands.
wipe,
Oh,
didn't
you left
flush.
it.
It's just drop it, let it fly, pull them back on, sit in the truck, taquito down the road.
Hashtag COVID crapper.
The rooms to go manager's like, every day a mailman comes out, shits up our bathroom.
And he doesn't flush, he doesn't wipe.
Nothing. It's just a big
And
shit.
today he was in there yelling about something, about put the name on the envelope. He's a crazy person.
Well, there's a mute button on my phone, so.
Well, how about
spared you some of that.
you go fucking mute it?
Do you remember the good old days when the only crazy people that would shoot up the place was a
we're
mailman?
mailman. Yeah, now it's everybody.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Now the nerds took that.
Oh, yeah, those were good days. Oh, those were the good days.
Have you ever?
Oh no!
Calm down, man.
You didn't mean to make your dick hard. Holy shit. Have you ever thought about shooting up Tom's, just the pool deck, not the house? Why don't you kick a couple holes in his screen? That'll teach
How
him.
dare you? No, screen's in the
No,
back.
I'm
kicking.
not allowed to carry a gun, so.
Well, why? I mean,
Felon.
neither can
let's
shit a
not get
bird.
into that.
Have you ever got bit by a dog? How much is that an urban legend?
No,
There's a dog barking.
I heard it. Yeah.
it happens all the time, but I haven't.
All right.
Is his steering wheel on the other side like it used to be, like on the car?
Yeah.
Pat, you scared the
question?
shit out of me.
We forgot you were there.
Question for the ghost of Cadillac Pat.
By the way, Pat is scheduled to be.
I know,
Our
sorry,
segment
sorry.
Right
Yeah,
now.
and then
I don't care.
he's doing what his wife hates at parties, where he starts interviewing the guy.
Yeah,
This guy's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't care. I got nothing to do. I
let's
do
hear
Taylor
the-
Cadillac Pat. I do my job shittily.
Let's quickly hear the mailman's segment that he wants to do, and then we'll go to Kevin.
Okay, what's your segment, mailman?
I call it Mystery Science YouTube.
Nah, deal. I'd go with Tales from the Mail, but Mystery Science YouTube is fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I play a 40-minute YouTube clip that's really boring and stupid, and have the three of you guys comment on it.
All right.
Aren't we doing that right now?
We kind of do.
Well, you've done it before, so I figured, I just make
Don't
it
stop
a
yelling at me.
weekly thing.
This guy's got it. You have an anger problem, man. You got to go to
Well, I
the.
don't know, so.
He did the Don Vito. He vetoed me.
Also, You have the less desirable route where you have to get out of the truck and then walk. Like the guys that just never have to get out.
Drive and push. Drive and push.
Yeah. That's you have to. Why don't you get one of those? Oh.
Dead.
Tonight. Tonight it happened.
You ain't getting your mail no more.
Well, a couple holes in the screen and a big shit right on the cool deck.
I gotta warn Crystal.
Crystal, lock the
Better
door.
tell her.
Lock the doors. He's coming.
You see a tiny little truck
Driving on the scariest truck you could ever see. Tiny little truck.
Were we all on the wrong side?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's us. No, he's coming.
Oh, man. Return to sender! Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Butler in the other room. We just, during the break, we got into a shouting match with your mailman who calls the show time and time again. He's a bit of a character. And speaking of characters, on the line with us right now, we know him and we love him.
Yeah, he's dressed like Macho Man.
Yeah, he's dressed like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
He is, prepare yourselves to be whisked away to the 90s. It's Cadillac Pat, everybody. Hey,
What's
Pat.
going on, gang? How we doing?
Good to see you, man. How you been?
Doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Not bad. I've been seeing more and more pictures of your girlfriend, and last time we were talking to you, I asked you if she does sort of the 90s cosplay deal too, and damned if she doesn't. I see photos of them out, and they each have like complimentary outfits. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, she likes to do it up too. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's neat, and it just made me feel kind of sorry for Tom because this is exactly what you want with your plants. You want something that your family, like the partner, wants to do with you. All you want Crystal to do is to go out and help you harvest plants, water plants, propagate.
I want her to dress like I dress.
Yeah, you usually wear your waders.
Topless with short shorts.
A big sun hat.
Yeah. And then she wants
Rub
no part
those
of it.
gloves that you buy for grannies they're cloth gloves, but apparently some man dips them into plastic.
They're cloth. Plastic,
I want that job.
Rubber.
My job, job after this, I want to just put the gloves on, dip, take them off. Put the gloves on, dip, take them off.
So, Pat, what you been up to lately?
I've just been doing my usual thing. I was down in Key West for a few days 2 weeks ago, hanging down there, having a good time, usual.
Was that for mini season?
No, we went actually for regular season this year. I go to Key Largo for 2 days, and then me and my girlfriend went down to Key West for 2 days. I kind of impromptu Key West trip, actually, the Key West part of it.
I wonder if COVID has caused less people to go lobstering.
Lobsters can't get COVID. I looked it up.
Or more because it's kind of a solitary, you go out there with your friends in your own boat or whatever. It's not like you're around anybody. So maybe it's caused more lobstering. I don't know. How'd you do when you went lobstering?
We did pretty good. We didn't get our limit only because we didn't get out there super early. My cousin's got a new baby, so we kind of have to play around the baby's time frame. So we got a bunch. We got more than I can handle, but we didn't get our limit. But we had a good time. Went did lobster and did some fishing, and then me and my girl went down to Key West and did some drinking.
Who the hell brings a baby during lobster?
Oh yeah, I know.
You can't do that. Look, I got a baby. Well, I got a 5-year-old, but even I know you can't bring that. You can't bring the baby.
No, you bring a baby on the boat because you can get more lobster. As long as the baby's got a license, you can get every person can get a certain amount of lobster.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I remember.
A baby can get a license?
Even every person is allowed X amount of lobsters.
You know what? I stand corrected. That's a good reason to have the baby out there.
So
risk it drowning and sunburn. I think that's smart.
Sometimes you just bring an extra friend on the boat just so you can get more lobster.
Didn't know that.
That's kind of what you do with the girls. The girls on the boat, they don't really care. So it just gives me and my uncle, my cousins, more time in the water to get more usually.
Pat, you're in shape, so you're not going to have this problem. But do you have some friends that, let's say, don't got it like they used to? I've noticed this when I used to go lobster and were I remember I went when I was a kid. It was all good, and then there was long. And
what do you mean by don't got it though?
Like it's only about, let's say you dive down 12 foot and tickle them out. Yeah. So you're like, it's only 12 foot. It's like, you die. By the time you get down there, you literally have no breath left. You're panicking.
You have to rocket to the top.
You're trying to get the lobster. You're like, no.
Blow the lobster's legs off if you rocket that fast.
And they can't go down there and hang out. Not like like those. You see those people in Thailand, the holding the rocks and walking on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what? That's not for fat dads.
I think when
fat
I
dads
just
can
go-
barely hold their breath
like
30 seconds.
When I just try to wet my hair, I'm like, oh, you know, like it's like,
yeah.
you know,
The older you get, you're weak, short breath.
even
so,
the breaths I'm taking right now are labored.
I remember when I went there with, I believe it was Turkey Leg, who grumpy Harley mechanic.
Why would you take the grumpiest guy? Worse than a baby.
We dove down, and I was trying to. The plan was I was going to tickle the lobster out of the PVC tube because they all throw the trash of lobsters.
Yeah,
at
lobster
trash.
trash.
And then I'm like, just put your net at the end of the PVC tube. So I'm trying to tickle. I look up and he's gone, and just his net and his tickle stick are on the ground.
Tickle stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
What
it's
you
a
call it?
stick. Just because he went down there and he couldn't always say rocking it back up and he left his net. And I was like, you idiot. Anyway, so that happened to you, Pat?
Yeah, I got a buddy he's kind of a fat dad, but not really. But he's never been a good swimmer. I grew up with this guy, and he can barely swim at 30 years old. He could barely swim.
Oh.
But so when we were like 18 years old, he almost drowned me and another buddy because he panicked and was like pulling us underwater because he was trying to get up.
Bigger
And
people that can't swim are extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
They start
He's
grabbing
way
for
better now.
anything,
He's way
and they
better
got
swimming now, but back then
they
he's
got
bad.
big sausage mitts, and they'll get you. And
yeah.
if they get the lining of your swimsuit, you're a goner.
Why are you in the water if you can't
I
swim?
know. He loves the
Hot.
water though. That's just ironic.
Stay in the
He loves
shallow.
swimming.
But does he love the
areas.
water?
Yeah, when you're fat, you're hot.
Yeah.
You
So-
got to get in the water.
Yeah.
Got to get cool. Yeah, cool
Wear
off.
a life jacket.
Yeah. The water's
No,
your
that
friend.
looks.
how people
that looks,
drown.
people make fun of you.
When you're
You
fat.
know what else I make fun of you? When you're a big baby drowning.
No, you wouldn't
Look
make
at
fun
this
of me when I'm
30-year-old
dead, though.
man,
Nobody
pulling everybody
stands
down.
on the beach. It's like, this guy just died. Like, well, making fun of you now.
All right, Pat. So
I saw Pat jump off the roof on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That was
yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, and my daughter,
That did not look
Maisie,
safe.
saw it.
Yeah.
And Maisie told me to tell you, because I told her I was talking to you this week, and Maisie told me to tell you, you need to stop doing that. That is bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, my buddy who owns that house egged me on, and his wife was definitely not happy with me at all.
I was gonna say,
I
Pat.
knew there was a story.
So, Pat, I saw you jump off the roof on your Instagram.
Hey, great
and,
form, by the way. I thought it was great. You
Thank
got a
you.
lot of
Thank
air.
you.
And from having experience doing a lot of these things
Yeah.
in my younger
you're
days,
a pro roof jumper, aren't you?
I found that all your drunk friends like it, but all their wives and girlfriends they learn to
she
hate
was
you.
mad.
They learn to hate you, and they're like mad that you're still doing stuff that
He's
Acting like a child.
stereotypically maybe you do in college
Yeah.
or
He's gonna get
high
hurt
school.
and just ruin the party.
Chopper mentality.
Yeah.
Never grow up.
and
Yeah.
plenty of
My
times.
God, with COVID going on,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm afraid I don't want his wife to now associate me always with causing trouble whenever I come to their house.
Oh, she
So-
does, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
Too
I
late for
know
that.
she does.
Too
And I
late
try
for
to
that.
tell her that I'm not like that, but
See,
every
I
time I
mean,
go over
Look
to
at the
her
way
not-
you dress.
You're not inviting your friend that dresses like the 90s again. He's jumping off the
Yeah.
roof. He's an idiot.
you can tell Rocco's modern life. He's not invited.
Yeah.
I was a little afraid of that, though, but he kept telling me to do it, so I blamed him. He owns the house.
How old are you, Pat? You peer pressure still gets
that's,
to you?
That's the thing. Nobody knows how old Pat is, and
That's
no one
true.
ever will.
Nobody does know.
Also,
no one will ever will.
The guy egging you on will also be the same guy to be like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, but she doesn't want you over here anymore. I'm sorry, but bye."
I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to cowabunga elsewhere.
So he'll egg you on, but also not defend you or put his foot down to his wife. When,
Right.
He's never going to put his foot down to his
no.
wife. That's who he's
No
built.
way.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
I
Not for
wouldn't
you.
do that either.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that for anybody. You think I'm going to go in the doghouse and not be able to pump just because you want to dress like a D-head and jump off the roof?
Yeah, you're right. I'm not,
Are you crazy?
I'm not putting any effort into helping
My
you.
God.
Now I'll put words.
Sure.
I'll cheer you on, but
I'll toast you all day long.
but I mean, maybe a White Claw, but after that, that's all I'm in.
That's about it.
And I knew she was mainly mad because her, they have two, like a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old kids, because they saw me do it. That was the main reason.
You can't do it in front of kids, because then the kids are going to do it, and someone's going to get hurt.
Oh, yeah. And then, the wife is yelling at him one night. She's like, we're not in high school, goddammit. Quit inviting your single friends. Joey and Sally and their kids can come over, but no more Pat.
Yeah. And then you got a Tommy Lee scenario where they have a pool party and somebody gets hurt. Then the pool's tainted. I don't think I could ever have a party in a pool someone died in. At least I was at that party. Like, you have to sell that house, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you were jumping off the roof, Pat, and you had landed and paralyzed yourself, and you're laying there and you're like, I can't move my leg, and you're screaming, I'd have to sell my house.
Yeah, because every time you walked out there to relax, you would imagine Pat, he's crawling, his legs are broken.
Yeah, there's just a blood
dragging his dead legs behind him.
Yeah, and I'm out there trying to cook these Nathan hot dogs and have a party.
Yeah. And then blood all over your 90s jumpsuit. That's sad.
Yeah, it is.
You can't get it out either.
You got a like a fluorescent green starter jumpsuit on, and it's just, it is blood crazy.
Yeah, they're cutting your Zubas off the paramedics. You're like, no,
sir, can you please take off your blades? I need to see if your eye, if I can stuff it back in.
So, besides from jumping off pools and partying, Pat, you've been doing anything else? So what do you do?
Yeah, look what I just got. I just got this in the mail.
What is that?
Beeper?
It's a beeper.
Nice.
So,
welcome to Tom and Dan, where we showcase the craziest people. Wow, Pat. That's either an all-time high or an all-time low.
It's a Bluetooth speaker. It's not just a beeper. It's a little speaker.
Oh, God.
All right. Okay.
Did you get that on Wish?
Well, yeah.
I like it.
And it's got a little light on it.
Oh,
Pat, you're
got a rape light.
You're buying Chinese cars.
Hey, I might need that. Hold on. Bluetooth and a rape light? Let me get that.
I thought you got like a vintage real beeper, but if it's a Bluetooth speaker and a light.
It just looks like
you got some Facebook China garbage.
I love it.
I'm back in now.
Straight woo.
Oh, yeah. You better put that thing outside the sunshine.
And look, my buddy gave me this too, a vintage old Polaroid that I get filmed for now too.
Man, that film is so expensive.
It's so expensive.
Does it work?
Yeah. They actually make the original film again, and it is expensive, but you can buy the regular film at Target now too, like the old school film. But it's expensive, but it's worth every penny when you're down in the Keys and you think you're cool, like in the pool, and everybody's looking at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? What do you do? What do you do with the Polaroids? You give them to your friends?
He takes it where
the bar. Yeah, I give them out to people. If I give them to random people too, I get good and drunk, and I just start taking pictures of people and give them to them.
Hey, I know it's COVID, but here's some Chinese trash that I coughed on.
Get out of here! The crazy guy's coming.
Here's stranger in the Keys. Here's a picture of me and my friends on a Polaroid.
Anybody want a cophographed photo? That's a new thing now. You take it, you cough on the photo, and hand it to people.
Now, all right, Pat, I do like and respect one thing about this, and follow me here, is you have a gimmick which makes it easy for your friends and family to buy you gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So I like, because, okay, follow me with this. Like, my mom for a while was collecting little cow trinkets and knickknacks for her kitchen. She tried to theme her kitchen cow.
I never thought your mom would be a cow kitchen gal.
Yeah.
I call them cow gals.
And so for years, for her birthday, I'd just get her some cow knickknack garbage.
Kind of a cop-out, right?
Yeah,
of course.
but she was into it. She's like, I like cows in my kitchen. I'm like, great.
Fridge magnet.
Yeah. Little Hummels.
What do you call them? Placemats.
The two ends that you put for like napkins or a napkin holder. Or
but
whatever.
it's wood. A wooden paper towel holder or one of those racks
cow.
You hang on the wall that says like bless this house or dream like no one's dancing or something. And then it's got those little dowel rods and you put keys or...
In fact,
a dog leash on it.
And then you have a sign that says utterly delicious over the stove.
That's good.
Everybody should get a gimmick because then all your friends and family
But it's
will
hoarding trash.
Well, they'll buy you what your gimmick is. Like I'm now.
You got a gimmick.
What's my gimmick?
I would say your gimmick is like murder shows. So
Murder.
I know for like Christmas, if I got you like some dark documentary series or maybe...
Yeah, but I can just stream everything.
Yeah, but what about
What
like
are you gonna get
what
me?
about
I was giving you a gift.
serial killer's art or something?
I don't want that.
What if I get you,
like
like,
serial killers?
John
No, I
Wayne
don't. Wait,
Gacy's
what?
boot?
No, I don't want that.
You want?
I don't want to glorify the serial
I got
killer.
you John Wayne
Yeah.
Gacy's boot.
You want?
Don't want it.
You want BTK's some sort of art that he
Well,
made in
it's
prison?
It's BTK's BK.
Oh, it's leftover
Yeah, it's
Whopper? I don't
old
want
B-
that.
It's BTK BK.
Some
Only
old-
Tactical Hat wants that.
chicken fries.
You want BTK's BK chicken fries?
I do want to try the chicken fry.
So Pat, a lot of your friends will get you '90s garbage because they know that this is your thing, right?
Yeah, totally. So everybody knows what to get me all the time. I'm easy to shop for.
And
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
telling
want to
you.
see Pat, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive, or go to YouTube, search Tom and Dan Live. I put up all the daily replays. We do daily videos every single day.
So Pat, I forgot what we decided to do for your bit. If we're just shooting the
Just kind
ass,
of checking in.
I think we
I
just-
got next time I call in, I've got a bit kind of plan. I will do it next time. Before.
Now, did you get any other trash?
Well, when I was in Key West, remember I told you I bumped into Carrot Top here in Winter Park a month ago.
Yeah.
Well, down in Key West, I bumped into Nick Swarnson, the comedian that's been in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, he's really good friends with
Sandler and all them.
Well, yeah.
but he was going to do the cruise.
Yeah,
remember?
Ryan Cabrera.
Ryan Cabrera.
Yeah, he was supposed to be on that
Nick
cruise.
Swartzen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he actually invited us to his table in Key West, and me and my girlfriend kicked it with him for like an hour, just
Wait,
like friends. Like
just
legit
because
sat
of-
with him at his table and everything.
Just because of how you looked, he invited you at the table?
I mean, he had a couple drinks himself, so he was in a good mood.
All
And
right.
Hey, we got a dinner for schmuck scenario.
He's a real Key West crazy.
Jesus.
He for sure thought you were like there's the
I
cat.
got an authentic Florida person here. He's sitting at my table. My God.
Yeah, look, he's
Dances with alligators.
he's talking his COVID right in my face.
He gave me a coffeegraph Polaroid.
So he was. Did you go up to him and did you initiate the contact?
Yeah, I saved him because there was this lady that was obviously overstaying her welcome, like wouldn't leave the guy alone. You could tell he was kind of over it just by his body language, the way he was he wasn't even looking at her. So his buddy was sitting next to him, and I said, "Hey, is it cool if I go up there?" And I basically kind of got her to shoo away because she wouldn't leave him alone. She was standing with him for like 15 minutes, and he was like, "Oh, thank you so much," like in a low key way. And then he's like, "Dude, you guys come sit over here with me," and it was awesome.
That's what celebrities really like, when someone's really bothering them and another
Yeah.
person comes over and bothers them.
They're all bothering.
I know. I was
Only
afraid
way
of
to
that.
save
I
ourselves
was
is to
afraid
just
of that.
invite them for the full bother.
Well, then I took my gimmicky Polaroid, and that's what got me in because he saw it around my neck, and he liked the idea that I had a Polaroid. So then I took, this is the pictures we got with Nick Swartzen here.
Oh, wow. So you did have a bit.
Yeah, a little bit, you know.
Look at that. He kind of looks like Benji Madden from Good Charlotte.
How dare you?
He does.
I don't think
But yeah, it was good.
I don't think I'd recognize him. If
I wouldn't
saw him
either.
at Key
Oh,
West.
I would.
I would.
You
I
would
would
by
only,
hearing his voice. You'd recognize
I'd
him.
only
for sure.
recognize him if he had that haircut he had in that Bucky.
Larson?
Yeah, the
I
black
always say
hair,
Bucky
yeah.
LaSick.
I never
like
saw
an
that.
eye test.
No,
No,
that's
Bucky Lassek's a skateboarder.
Yeah, from the Tony Hawk.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
there you go.
Bucky
I
Lasek.
combined the two. Bucky LaSick surgery.
What bars did you go to in Key West? Did you go to the dollar one?
The dollar one is still there. Yeah, everything there's open, but kind of you got to wait in line and you got to sit at the capacity thing. So it's kind of hard to get in anywhere past 6:30, 7 o'clock. So we went to Irish Kevin's. We went to the dollar one. We spent a lot of time. Up and down Key West, up and down Duval Street. They're all kind of open. The only one that's closed is Sloppy Joe's because they said it's a family-owned place and they want to keep everybody safe, something like that. But
Yeah,
everything's pretty much open.
Sloppy Joe's is so.
Sloppy Joe's puts her foot down with
Yeah.
allowing people in here
I'm
to.
putting my cock down on this guy. I'm
Sloppy.
serious.
Sloppy's in the name.
Yeah, but it's so commercialized now. It's like Hard Rock Cafe. It's like you're not.
Yeah,
gonna be able
kinda.
to, You're not going to be able to get it. You know, they're going to try and run it a little bit.
Did you
higher
go to the
quality.
Garden of Eden? Up
No,
top?
they were closed. I've gone there and gotten naked a couple of different times, and
right.
they were closed also.
How do you represent 90s if you're naked?
I guess that maybe just a hat.
No, I think you'd have to grow your pubes out, man.
Oh, you're right. I got to grow a bush out. You're right.
No, that was 80s. 90s
Well,
was
he's
the
early-
start of
he's
shaving.
Oh, he needs to put like Vanilla Ice did like the cuts
Yeah,
in the
you
side.
need to
You
do
gotta
lines.
cuts, lines
Oh,
on
right.
the side of
Lines
your
in it, okay.
pubes.
Yeah. Every time I
Get a
went,
lightning bolt in it or something.
Yeah.
every time I've gone to the Garden of Eden and upstairs, there's always a naked old man and
Yeah.
an old woman.
Yeah, totally.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And
Mostly naked men.
And he had a big old tanner too. Last time I was there, this guy was he was doing well.
Yeah. Well, I think
Oh, that's just
well, if you're the old man that's known for getting nude at that
Yeah,
bar,
right.
you got a
You've
big
been doing
tanner.
that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
not going.
Oh, they're not going to be like, oh, here comes little Joe. Like,
It's a rat and irritated.
Oh, man.
Discord.
Here comes Clown Nose.
No, you go Big Tanner.
But I
Big
and I
Tanner,
got
sheriff of
recognized
Howard
because of
County.
you guys again. I was at Universal. I was staying that night at one of the resorts, and the bartender behind the bar, he looked at me and he goes, "Is that the world famous Cadillac Pat?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, he knew me." And he's like, "You heard me on Tom and Dan."
Of course he did, because we're star makers.
Also, you stand out, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saw my hair. He was looking at it.
Your hair and the whole,
Walking around with a fake cell phone, I guess, kind of gives it
Now,
away. over
are
time.
you still working?
Oh yeah, we're working. We're busy. Pretty much busy as you can get for the most part.
And you're still at the Brass Tap?
Brass Tap in Waterford Lakes, the
I
one
gotta
in
come
Waterford.
see you because I live over by there now.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, come in. I'm there Wednesday through Saturday night, unless I'm out of town on
Okay.
a vacation or something.
And we'll end with this, Pat. You still following the Dolphins?
Oh, I watched the game on Sunday. It's standard Dolphins. You score 3 points in the first half, and then you limp along the second half and lose every single time.
What do you think about this weekend and the Bills?
The Bills are really good now, so it's going to be a tough one. It's in Miami, though, which doesn't really matter this season because of fans. And Miami never really has an advantage other than the heat being hot down there. It's going to be a very tough one because they didn't look that good. I mean, honestly, their defense looked bad and their offense looked slow.
They say the heat matters, but does it? Are these guys so?
I think it does matter,
They're
yeah.
so high caliber athletes.
I know.
Does the heat
well,
matter?
I know at one point Tom Brady had never won in Tampa or Miami when it was above 82 degrees or some kind of crazy stat until last year or the year before. He had never won hotter than 82 degrees,
But
something like that.
Does
Yeah,
it have
but
to do with heat, or is that just coincidence?
They say heat because a lot of the
Oh,
Tampa like sports guys have been goofing on Gronk because they've been talking about how he hasn't acclimated as well as they expected he would.
Yeah. I mean,
and that
it's
the
hot.
heat is like straight up kicking his butt, and that's why he
Yeah,
didn't
but half
perform.
these guys are from Florida anyway. I don't understand. Maybe they go away for so long. It's easy to change to. They don't get used to it or something.
And I mean, I guess if you're outside practicing, if you're Bills, it's what is it, high of mid 70s right now?
That's
like
fantastic.
like I know in Colorado it's like 72 and 45 at night or whatever it is, and so I guess if you go down and it's 90 with 100% humidity, like that will have an effect.
The humidity for sure is what gets you because you can't breathe.
Like even when we walk back from Publix, like Sam and I went over there
yeah.
to get some like fizzy water, and walking back, I'm like, this is terrible.
But it's true. But I always I'm like, these are the most well trained athletes in the world. Like, why would heat bother
We
them?
are the most well-trained
Well, I mean,
people to
hey,
walk to Publix.
Tom, you should know. You know firsthand. You played professional football
He
for a
did.
little bit. You know.
I knew you'd bring that up, Pat.
You did for a season. You did.
Hey, would you get negative 3 yards? I mean, you got
He's full clowning.
Well, I defended you,
Yeah,
Pat.
he did. He did.
I
And now
said
you're
we're-
full clowning. You get one Bluetooth beeper speaker, and you're. Wait, we got the king of. I don't even know what area. You live
Negative
in.
9
Waterford
yards,
Lake?
I think. Anyway, all right, Pat. Yeah, go see Pat at the Brass Tap.
Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Cadillac Pat on Instagram.
Yeah, at Cadillac Pat, one word.
Cool.
Now, do we have a name for your girl? Is she Cadillac and then her first name?
I'll find out if she wants me to. She
Okay.
probably doesn't care, but I'll find out. And
Yeah.
We'll figure out something
Vet
for her.
that for us. Make sure we can do that because at one point I would like to, interview Cadillac Jane or.
I will tell her. Yeah, I will definitely tell her that. She'll
Okay.
definitely like that.
Awesome. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks, guys. Love you guys. See you soon.
Love
right,
you too,
Pat.
Pat.
We gotta go. Welcome back to a Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer here. Butler is here as well. We even got to see Merchman Eric today.
We
And
did.
Speaking of merch,
Yes.
we have a lot of really good stuff at tomanddan.com. I don't plug that enough. And another thing I don't plug enough is our YouTube channel. Just search Tom and Dan Live or Twitch. We're live on Twitch right now. You can watch high-res video on your TV using like a Roku or Apple TV, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Super duper fun. You can interact with the chat room and enjoy the show.
Yeah, new straw hats, new whiskey glasses, new BDM shirts, men's, women's. There's other shirts on there.
Ladies' baseball tees are on there. They're beautiful.
Yeah, we got some new ladies' hats going up there. Maybe they'll be on there now if you're listening to this. Also, masks, high-quality masks. Also, we have this deal with another company. It's kind of a print, a ship to or order to print shirt.
Yeah,
I'm trying to print to
we
order.
we don't have to go in for the entire inventory. Yeah, it's made to order type deal.
And you'll see it on our merch section, and you can order a Tom and Dan shirt, generic, but in any color you want. And we kind of skewed them towards all the team colors, pro team colors. You'll see it on there, or you can make your own. So
Yeah.
that's all on tomanddan.com.
Maybe you have favorite colors. You know,
Yeah.
maybe you have a pair. A lot of guys
You
do
just
this.
do any color you want.
Well, I like to do this. Like if you have a pair of shoes, like today, I have a pair of checkerboard Vans that are gray and like a fluorescent orange.
Yeah.
I could get gray and fluorescent orange to match my shoes.
Yeah. Like I got some Miami colors. Daniel got
do
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Samantha got Tampa. Anyway, let's do voicemail.
All right, let me snag some voicemails for you guys. If you want to leave a voicemail message, there's two ways to do it, really. You can call 1-844-TOMNDAN. That's Tom N. Dan. Tom, the letter N, Dan, 1-844. And you can leave a message that way, or you can use our app, totally free. All of our content's on there. There's a little button that says Mediocre Messages. Hit that, and you will sound like this guy.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was just getting ready for work, and the Revenge of the Nerds, the original one, was on when I was getting ready, and I was laughing because Ogre kept saying, nerds, nerds, and it made me think of Tom. And I got in my car heading to work, and I put you guys on, and then I was thinking, you know, it would be a great interview if you guys brought in Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. His name's Donald Gibb, and the guy's still alive. He's in his 50s. And I know he did, like, Comic-Con and stuff like that recently, but just thought that'd make for good content. You know, I just thought it'd be funny. So.
This guy's
All
an
right.
idea guy.
Bye.
All right.
Hey, guys, put that on the top of the list. Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
Also, sir, usually in media, you only do interviews if you have something to promote. So I don't know if old...
And he's doing Comic-Cons because he's getting paid.
Yeah,
I don't know that he wants to do a...
A lot of those guys don't want to do stuff unless
Right.
they're not getting paid.
Well, of
you know?
course, because who, like, you're just...
Especially now.
You're going to talk, you're going to do an... Now, I understand, like, we do it over the phone and everything, but it's like, still, you're taking time out of your day to do what? Like, you want to use your time to promote something if it's going to good, but just to talk about your life and about the same stories you probably told a million times because, you know, back in his heyday, you talk about Police Academy and and I'm sure it dwindled off from there. But every time he
there are
does...
people that love to tell those stories over and over
How
and
dare
over.
You're not going to believe this. We were just singing karaoke during the break.
Yeah.
Guess what Donald Gibb does now?
Karaoke host?
He lives in Chicago and is the co-owner of and spokesman for the Chicago karaoke bar Trader Todd's.
Trader Todd's? What happened to Joe?
I don't know. But what are the odds that we were just doing
That's
karaoke
funny.
5 minutes ago? And
That's
now we're
pretty
talking
neat.
about Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds, and he
Yeah.
owns a karaoke bar.
Well, I was just doing karaoke in
Well,
the
now I
break
got to
while
go do a go-to show to Chicago and do karaoke at Trader Todd's.
Tom's itching for a go-to show. He's got COVID fever because
Well,
he's been trapped inside.
Well,
so.
okay, here's the thing. Maybe he'd want to promote Trader Todd's, and if you send him an email...
We have a lot of listeners in Chicago.
And
We
then-
have listeners that
We
did a
do?
meetup there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell him that we got
Chicago
some-
is an
All
awesome
right, let me
city,
write
dude.
down, reach out to Ogre.
Yeah,
You ever been to Chicago?
Because
No.
Dude,
It was on our list.
It's pretty rad. Andrea
Yeah.
and I both like, I've always said I like San Fran. I just think it's amazing. But I don't know, man, with fires and everything going on out there. I don't know, Chicago looking pretty good, and I like Chicago. Now, I know
I do want to go for Riot Fest.
it's considered like a dangerous place, but
Well, only there's rough
There's
parts
dangerous
of,
places everywhere. It's
everywhere,
fine.
everywhere.
Oh, the dangerous places in San Francisco for sure. It's
I just think like the food in Chicago was awesome.
Chicago to me. It's just an old.
The L
real
is
city.
cool.
Yeah, just an old real city.
You remember how excited I was when we were just riding the train, just because it was like
Yeah.
so, like, it's not gross. It's just no frills. You're sitting on a box, and it's
old real
loud,
city. Yeah,
and it's just going through. And at the time when you and I were there, I just finished playing, I think, like a game. I think it was Watch Dogs or something that's based in the city, and it looked just like it. I was like, damn, they did a good job. I don't know, it was good. Perfect storm scenario, but I like Chicago a lot. Let's try this one right here.
Hey, Tom, Dan, and Sam. It's Andrea from Ohio. So I was sitting here kind of reminiscing about the trip that Zach and I took to Universal a few years ago, and I remembered that fountain that is outside of I think it's the Harry Potter entrance. It's close to the smoking section, and like it talks to you, it interacts with guests, and Zach and I must have spent like 25 minutes talking to this guy, and I was thinking, I'm sure there's multiple people who've had that job, and I would love to hear one of them on Weird Job Wednesday.
So what job is it?
Okay, there's
It's like an interactive fountain type situation.
But what guy is it?
It's just a guy hidden somewhere, I would imagine, above it, so he can see what's going on.
Oh, and then he just talks to you through a mic?
He has a way to amplify his voice, and then through the fountain, he can make it like splash you or like do things to make it like it's a magical fountain.
Okay, they're pretending that this fountain can talk to you, but it's just a guy hiding in the bushes talking to you. All right.
There's a lot of that at Disney.
I'm
not as familiar with the Universal stuff.
I like how Tom paints it as if the man is a rapist in the bushes.
No, he's in a room and he's got camera. They have like a bunch of monitors where they can see people, and they could be like, "Hey, you in the green shirt."
So I wonder,
and talk to you.
Do they rotate that job?
Oh, yeah.
Or do they hire someone specific that knows like improv or whatever?
It's definitely improv people.
Yeah, it's improv people, but there's multiple of them.
there's
I know a
multiple.
guy that did the one. Well, it's
we
version.
We know who does Crush.
Yeah.
We know who does that. So at Disney, you can do an interactive experience with Crush, where he's like on a big screen and he talks to you.
Push the trash can, which R.I.P. because he's not around anymore. Disney used to have a robo trash can. You'd go up to it thinking
he goes
put trash in and start talking
to different
to you.
conventions and stuff now, but he's not in the park anymore.
Push was dope, man. I knew the
and
guy
then
that
Monsters
did that.
Inc. That whole show is
Laugh,
improv
the
people.
Laugh Floor,
Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. Yeah.
So
that would be a really fun job for me.
Yeah, it would.
Like I think, well, for all of us is what we do.
Especially Monsters Inc.
I think I would enjoy, but I also think it'd be very hard. I think the competition to get one of those spots is probably
PC.
extremely hard. I think that would be the hardest part for me. Would be being able to navigate the checklist of protocol.
Also, how many D-bags do you get that try just effing with you? Or
Well, the
how
thing
many
is, I think
kids?
they kind of train you to know who to talk to.
You
and
know who to
avoid.
go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not going to mess with the drunk guys.
Our
the
good friend
teens.
Summer does this in she does live action. She's not like a hidden character. She actually plays.
It's a show,
plays a part, but she knows exactly which people like they I believe, now she could answer this for me, but I believe that even walking in they'll kind of look at the crowd, and they've done this so long that like you would be able to read it, and look at it and be like, not that guy, that lady's really into it, or that lady looks a little scared, maybe she'd be good for this thing, and I think that's how they do it.
Yeah, you typecast over time. You figure out. But it just it all sounds miserable to me because after like
Tom hates fun.
Well, no, it's not fun because okay, maybe your first day if like it's new, but if like that's your
it changes daily.
It would be different every single day. I
it-
actually think it would be fun.
Yeah, I don't think it would be that bad.
but
You're in
no.
air conditioning, got a microphone. It's what I do right now.
Right.
Air conditioned microphone. I'm just talking about.
And you make somebody's day.
Yeah, but
I'm like, hey, purple hair's here. Hey, I like your hair.
Yeah.
How's it going?
But what they're they're
Your husband's
limited.
got smooth chest. He's hot.
Also, they get the same questions over and over. For sure, like humanity's all the same. Like so, the same things over and over, the same jokes, the same. They just like
Again, we do that.
no, but
It's not that far off from what we do, Tom.
It really isn't.
no. Well, I don't have to talk to a bunch of tourists.
You would be good
You're
at
talking
it.
to a bunch of Twitch chatters.
Yeah, but
you
they
would be
can't
good
talk
at it.
back. That's,
I mean,
Whether
they
you
can type.
like it or not, you've done this long enough to go into that and you'd be okay.
yeah, no, I could do that, but it sounds miserable because like over time, like
Are you playing a character? Because
I
I
know.
can't believe you hate fun this much.
it's not fun though. Like
What is fun to you at this point? Watering plants?
well,
Everything he says that's fun, he describes to us, and it
Old
doesn't sound
man,
he has fun
yeah.
having it or doing it.
I would probably, I don't know whether they'd admit to this in public or not is different, but I bet if we talked to one of these people that did this job and we asked them, "Is this fun for you?"
Well, we
they
know
would be
one.
like,
We
"No."
know the guy that does Crush, and he loves it.
Oh, that guy.
Uh,
He's bananas.
does he?
for
What
it.
does he do it every day? and do
No,
the
but
same
he's
thing?
one of their marquee
He's-
premier guys.
But
Yeah.
he just does voiceover, right?
He's interacting with the audience.
Yeah, he's using the cameras and looking at the audience, and he interacts with them as a character, but it's all virtual.
Okay, but so that's the same thing. He's doing it's like
Yeah, it's
a
his
daily,
voice, and I think he does all the controls, like because there are hand gestures and buttons, and you're entertaining the entire.
but
You're
he-
playing the part of a virtual turtle.
And
Right.
but is he going to like preset sound effects of his voice, or is he actually?
No, he's there. He's behind the
Improv. Okay.
screen.
Doing the
Yeah.
voice, bro.
Yeah.
He, I don't know. I can't believe he likes that.
Oh, I know he does. I've talked
I
to him
have
about it.
Well, I'd like to talk to him. I'll sit him
I
down.
don't even know if is he allowed to talk.
I don't think so.
I don't think he is.
That's why I didn't say his name. But
You may have liked
I'll
it
reach
at
out to him.
first, but how can you not get burned out by that? How can you not get jaded? Like after a certain amount of time, you're like, oh God, I'm tired. I'm tired of the Super Turtle. Oh, Cowabunga. God damn it.
He doesn't say
I would like to
cowabunga.
go to the thing when the guy's going.
Someone clip that.
God damn it!
I'm just saying.
Wow,
I'm not.
The turtle had a rough day.
Tired of
Oh,
this.
My God.
Yeah, so you're talking the fountain.
Who
And
kicked your nest in? My God.
every British tourist goes
But
to
you're
the same, like,
creating I'm worried about you a little bit
What?
because you're creating like a stereotype around you, whether it's true or not. The chat room, Samantha, myself, but is Butler here? Butler, get in here, man.
Butler loves fun.
Yeah,
so
Butler's
that's what's
fun. Butler
difference
is
here.
the most fun person in the office.
Oh.
He holds the title. Here, Butler, turn your mic on. Do you agree
What
with
are you
me?
wooing about?
The most fun in the
Butler's
office.
Do you agree with me that this? I'm worried about him. He's not
a
having
crotchety old
any
man.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
None fun.
Well, I was saying that job doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, but everything we say, we'd be like, "Wow, that'd be kind of fun." And I look
Yeah,
at Sam, and then
it's
you're
so-
like, "I don't know."
It's terrible. It's awful.
You do what my daughter does. If I go look at my daughter and I'm like, "These sound panels that we had made are red," she'd be like, "No, they're not." You're being
Contrarian.
Contrarian's madman.
No, you guys are being crazy saying that that talking to tourists all day through a microphone, pretending to be a fountain, and it's not like you could say. Now, what would be fun is if like you were effing with people, you could say whatever you want at any time.
I
But
mean, you
you're
can still F with people. You just have to be PC
Yeah,
about
you
it. Because
can't, like-
trust me, they do.
under
They
the
F with people.
guides of like you can't go that far.
Well, you
know
can
what I'm
say
saying?
something like, "Hey, you've had a bit too many churros in
Right.
Tomorrowland, huh?"
Okay, you can do a bunch of dad jokes. I'll go out. Like I'm just saying, it gets old, and you're just like, "Oh God, kill me!" The
But you
stupid
can't be
fountain.
Like, I see your wife's bush through her panty.
Like, you can't say that. Yeah.
No, of course. I'm just saying it will get old, and
There's no way that's your kid, bro. He's ugly.
You can't do any of that.
How could you not be miserable after a while? It's
But
just
you
like
can't
a-
go, "Oh, turtle, goddamn!" That was your quote, right?
Cowabunga.
Yeah, he did throw a
Yeah, it was
cowabunga in there.
Cowabunga, turtle, goddamn it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's what I would do after a while because I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm tired of it.
What do you think his problem is? I mean,
I don't have a problem.
being the most. Look at this. See, anybody that's saying that adamantly.
Denial
Yeah,
one,
I'm
yeah.
saying you are the king of fun. You're the most fun guy in the office.
Well, all
Undoubtedly.
he has is fun. I gotta goddamn work. I have to work my ass off.
How are you gonna help this guy?
It's not. Life isn't about fun. It's you work, you do your job, and then
You die? What? Oh my
whatever else
God,
happens.
miserable life.
Yeah, you work, you die, And then
You know we're going on vacation next week, right? Are you going to have any fun?
No,
or what?
it's all work.
Okay.
I planned the very.
I thought you were going to Colorado. Stressful.
Oh no! We gotta save those babies.
No, every day I have a plan of going on some ridiculous.
They're hiking for miles.
Crystal yelled at
We're
me last
hitting the
night.
mines.
Crystal,
Let's go find some gold.
Wasn't talking. She's like, stop planning.
You were planning yesterday, and then you were trying to find a guy that would let you borrow his Jeep and drive his farm or something.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's going on? Are you having a midlife crisis?
No. I want to have
Midlife
fun
crisis.
adventures. I don't want to just go somewhere. I can't just go somewhere
You
and
need a
sit
convertible,
down.
bro?
Be like, relax. What do you want? We're relaxing. We're rocketing towards death. You gotta work. You gotta make memories. I don't goddamn play a stupid turtle cowabunga. Stupid. You're wasting your life. No, like no, you're not. No one even remembers.
Has anybody else noticed that over the last couple
I think
months?
you need to turn down the Adderall.
I think he's. Yeah, I think he,
Dial it in. I guess.
I only took half this morning because I had a ration.
Oh.
You had a rash.
No, he had to ration.
Okay,
You don't speak Don Vito. I speak fluent.
Oh, maybe he doesn't have his medication. He's freaking
that's
out.
exactly. That's why his pompadour's falling too. He's out of hair product. He has. He's now rationing his Adderall because he's out of it, and he has to go back to the doctor. That'll just make it more bad. He's yelling at his family because he's rocketing towards death, and he can't relax.
I'm mad at Publix pharmacy because
You seem to always have problems with them.
I just went over there. I got a flu shot and my prescription. And look, I'm dead serious. Here's my consent form.
All right, what's going on with you, Tom?
My doctor sends the 3 months in advance.
This is what old men do. They bitch until their friends set them down, and then finally we get to the root of the problem, which is their medication.
Yeah.
This is what I did with my grandpa.
Papa's medication.
We sit him down, we talk to him about his medication, then I start sticking Post-it notes all over your house and alarms to tell you when to take your Adderall.
I do that.
What is
at the
happening?
studio.
I called them today because I'm out of it, and then I need some for tomorrow.
Yeah, you're out of it already. 100% out of it.
And then I told the person, and I'm a pharmacist or something, in the pharmacy section, I'm like, my prescription is tomorrow. It goes into tomorrow. They send it digitally, and he's
I'm
like,
just putting up the Desitin.
and then
You're like, oh.
and then the guy looks it up, and he's like, okay, I see it in here. It goes in tomorrow. I'm like, okay, can you get it ready now so I can pick it up in the morning when you guys open, so I can have it on the way to work? Yeah. And he's like, as soon as I can make it happen is at noon tomorrow. I'm like, dude. Well, you know now. It just put the 30 Adderall in the. I'll go there.
Other people's orders got in before yours. You shouldn't have waited till the day of.
How long does it? I called this morning.
He's that close to vetoing.
I give him a 24 hours. You need more than 24 hours notice to put 30 pills in a bottle? That's it?
No, but you have to understand that there are way more people that have orders.
Why don't you
it's
just
not
have
just you.
auto subscription? Because mine, like I had to pick up something that was new, but my normal medicine that I take daily, it just comes in the mail. I don't even do anything. It just shows up.
It's Schedule 1 narcotic, so you have to go.
Oh, yeah, that's right for yours.
It's straight up amphetamines.
Yeah. How do you get your Roman?
What is that?
Oh.
Is that the B? That's for the B?
It's for the D.
Oh, I need
with
that.
the ED with the D.
Oh.
I've never done that. Oh, God. Bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer here, Butler in the other room. He's the official bringer of joy.
On Skype with us right now, our friend who is on the cusp of being too famous to talk to us anymore. I see it. I see all the things she's doing. Yeah. I think the only thing that the only reason you're not famous right now is because of COVID.
I know. That's what I think too.
But when everything starts back up, then it's a rocket into fame, and then we'll be like, Carmen,
I love
come.
that you guys have been saying this for 5 years.
That's how it works, right?
But eventually it'll be right. It's like Daniel thinking he's dying.
Yeah.
I keep telling
one day
you'll be right.
One day you run in and you're like, guys, I got the gig. One day I run in with an ultrasound. I'm like, this thing is huge.
Yeah. And then we have to be like, oh, he's now it's real.
Yeah, that's bad.
Now it's sad. I can't laugh at it.
But you get a sitcom that other people write for, so that's bad. But I'm dead. At least you got a sitcom. You got paid.
Is it really bad if it's what you wanted this whole time?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
She's right.
So how you doing, Carmen?
I'm doing all right considering. There is a forest fire that's 10 miles away, but I'm keeping the levity. I'm keeping it light.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry that everybody there is dealing with that. I've got really good friends out there that I don't know if they're even going to keep their homes. It's just insanity.
Dude, we talked
crazy.
We talked to Dan Cummins the other day, and he was like, "Look how foggy it is outside. Look how smoky it is." And I'm like, "Man, I didn't even realize it was in Idaho."
Oh, my friends
like,
in
Idaho.
Seattle. My friends in Seattle, you can't even see the Space Needle. It's just insane.
Oh yeah. Is it real bad, like smoggy out there?
It's definitely smoky as hell for sure. Like, cause I'm 10 miles away. So the days when it's not smoky, that's bad because then that means that the fire is kicking it up a notch.
Right.
So then like if it's smoky, that means it's like less intense.
Yeah.
Right,
it's kind of like a campfire. Like it's smokiest when it's
Normally
the
my
smallest.
wife's like, "Stop pouring beer on it. You're making it smoky. It's getting in our baby's eyes."
yeah.
But it's funny. I'm gonna piss on the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Throw some bottles in there.
Real quick, let's talk about the COVID Comedy Jam this Friday. A
lot of friends on there, a lot of famous people on there, and all for a good cause.
Yep. And if you could sign up to watch it, just go to justcallmo.com. And then
justcallmo.com.
And it's free to watch.
Yep.
We're going to broadcast it on our Twitch stream.
It's piggybacked on our Twitch stream as well. So if you subscribe to us, you'll get a notification. Just be sure to hit that and hopefully help out some charities.
So, Carmen, you've been doing Zoom and doing virtual comedy shows since the start of all this.
Since the jump. That's right. Yeah, because I remember I talked to you guys at the beginning of all this where it was all uncertain and everything, and I was just like, I don't know, I'm just trying to not stop talking.
Yeah, because that is like, we were worried about that too. Like, we didn't know, and we have plan Bs in place here in case one of us had to, move or groove or self-isolate, whatever. But when we were talking to you about that, it's funny too, because you started doing that, but now to see how many shows you've done, and not only how many shows you've done, but how many shows you've done successfully, you're like one person I know that gets brought up by other comedians to say, hey, if you're going to try to do it,
Carmen's doing
go
it right
watch
now.
her and try to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's because I care. That's the other thing too. Is I still care even though I know it's not as good as live performing. Like I'm not an idiot, you know. I know it's not the same, but everybody that's coming, they want a break too. So I'm not going to put it on them. It's almost like the equivalent of like when a comic gets mad at the audience because there's not more audience. It's like, why are you pissed off at the people here? The people here want to be entertained. They don't care that they're on a computer screen. They don't care that this isn't as cool as it normally is for you. They still want to be entertained, and I am an entertainer, so I will be doing that.
That is a good
well
point.
Said.
It's funny because I'd be that comic.
That's why.
Where I'd walk out to the Orlando Improv and there's like 25 people in the crowd. I'd be like, God, there's no one here. Why am I even doing this? And then people are like,
waste of time.
People are like, I paid for this.
I like you.
I came. Just mad.
Exactly. Why would you be mad at the people who want to see you? It makes no sense.
You're really just mad at yourself, Carmen. I think that's it. When at that point, because you realize you're like, oh, it's over. it's run dry. No more.
All right, so let's say this thing, whenever, changes. Do you think that you, as a comedian, entertainer, and a content provider now, effectively you have done that. Do you think that you will keep any of those elements that you're doing now as even a way to maybe sharpen your teeth in social media at all? Or do you plan on?
Absolutely. Because that's the thing that I've noticed, because I thought this was just for people who couldn't go to, who had to isolate and couldn't go, even though they already would go. I thought this was for comedy club patrons. But what I've noticed is there's people who live in Pocatello, Idaho, or Paducah, Kentucky, or who gives a shit, Alabama, that there is no comedy club there. There isn't access to this. And now they have access to at least a version of it, of something that they don't even normally get.
Right.
Sometimes they got to drive 4 hours to get stand-up comedy. I'm providing that for them. So now it's like it's a completely untapped audience that now would encourage them to go see stand up live once they are able to. So I think once I can do real stand, because when I did that show with Funches, it was incredible. Like, I mean, I was performing for 10 socially distant people, but oh my God, yeah, you guys don't I mean, it was like, it was pure uncut Colombian laughter, and I could not get enough of it. It was so good. Like, I want that, but I'm not gonna, I also think that there is something to be said for this. Like, people like that you can engage with someone. People like that you can, because this is incredibly intimate. This is even more intimate than a live comedy show because everybody has a mic. Everybody, like, I'm trusting the audience of a virtual sense to not be jerks, because I was like, anybody can speak up and say something and ruin a show, and when everybody has that power, I just let them have it, and I go, be a good person, and that's it. And if you don't, then don't come.
Yeah. Have you had any awkward scenarios where someone's trying to be a troll? It probably not when the camera's on your face.
When you're talking to me, though, like, I mean, come on, Tom.
I mean,
I'm a bully. So no, not really. But that's because I'm an adorable bully. So I make sure everybody's on the same page. We're all here to have a good time. Like, why would you pick now to be the time to be a jerk? Like, if you're beating your girlfriend right now, you're the worst kind of worst person. Like, come on. Like, we don't have enough to deal with,
Yeah, no,
so it's just kind of that mentality. Like, don't be a jerk now.
See, I'd be a bad person to try to do this because people would be yelling on the thing. I'm like, excuse me, but quiet down, please. I'm about to start.
You don't like confrontation.
Yeah. I can never.
But that's what's great about this is you can mute them. Sorry, no talkie for you. Never again. You cannot, and they cannot be like you can be a dictator about it if you want to. But that's also part of what's cool about my show is I trust everybody. And when you put that kind of responsibility on people, usually people are good. Usually people will rise to the occasion and be awesome about it.
Carmen, let's get down to brass tacks here.
Okay.
How much did Mo pay for Rappaport? Because I've been trying to figure it out.
It's not Rappaport.
Why do you call him Rappaport?
I know. You know what I mean.
You called him Mickey Rappaport.
No. Because I know he had to come out of his wallet for to get a name like,
he's definitely more than I'm getting paid. That's for sure. I'm not getting
Well, I did the math on that, Carmen. I knew that. But,
well, he's on Cameo. I mean,
well, but this is a specific comedy show that he's tailoring for this show. So
maybe he paid for I don't know, 500 cameos.
How much is that?
I don't know. I don't know how long
it's just 500 individual cameos all edited together.
Well, it's chopped crazy. It's like, oh man, it's hard to watch.
It's like an audio ransom note.
I don't know if it's actually really Michael Rappaport or if he just edited a bunch of his screaming at sports videos to make it seem like.
Or it could be Michael. It could be Michael Rappaport.
That's true.
Like you said.
Drop a dope trap beat behind it. You know what I mean? Maybe Rappaport's rapping.
I like it.
So, and what, I guess the actual lineup has been released for this COVID Comedy Jam, right?
Yeah. Sam, can you pull that up real quick?
How many different comedians? Because there are a lot, right?
So we got Jana Shelfer,
Yeah.
Ian Aber, Ross McCoy, Sabrina Ambra, Larry Fulford, Will Blaylock, Matt Fernandez, Carmen Morales, and Michael Rappaport.
All right.
Yeah, like most of those people are people that have either been in here or we've seen them before.
Yeah.
A lot of familiar faces.
So we were supposed to have Rappaport in, but
is that why you want to know what he's getting paid? You want to see how much it costs to get him in,
right?
Oh yeah.
It was like a week or two before everything shut down.
It was right before COVID. We were supposed to have him in here.
Yeah. And is that why he didn't come in? It was COVID, I think, right?
Yeah, everything got canceled at Improv.
I didn't want to tell you this, especially with friends on the line, but it was all about you, buddy, and Kind of your negative attitude about everything.
He didn't like the fact that you called him Rappaport.
Yeah.
Carmen, these people are yelling
I
at
love
me.
the hard shift, Tom. Love the hard shift. Let's move on.
No,
All right.
I'm digging deep into it.
Uh-oh, doubling down.
He doesn't like any fun.
Okay, Daniel and Samantha were yelling at me. Are you?
You were yelling, not us.
Are you familiar with at Universal Studios, and then there's other places where
Carmen would be
She'd be great.
terrific at this.
where there's a fountain, and then there's like they hire an improv guy or something or a local comedian, and then guests of Orlando Universal Studios, they talk to the fountain, and the person talks to them back, and it's just a person behind the bushes with a mic or whatever. And then
So it's supposed to be like a magical fountain that talks to you, but it's really somebody in a room that's looking at a bunch of monitors, and they can interact with the guests.
They can squirt water and talk to you and make like smoke.
And Daniel and Samantha was like, "Oh, that's fun." And I was saying, "Well, the person that does that job, and maybe they thought it was fun the first day, but after a while they hate it and they're jaded by it, and then they're like, "Oh, Tom, you hate fun. Look at you, grumpy grump. I hate everything."
Oh my God!
Wow! I think that was the hate. That was hate coming out of your.
That was literal hate coming out.
Oh my God!
Sorry,
I've never seen it materialize itself like that before. I've never seen hate in a solid
the
state.
on this karma you got.
That was like watching those little black creatures drag Whoopi Goldberg to hell or whatever from Ghost. I don't even think. You know what I mean?
It looks like the little devils from Fantasia just came out of his mouth and are sprayed all over that mic right now.
Oh man!
We thought it would be fun.
So Carmen, you're with me. Like, you know that person after the 30th day on the job is just miserable, and he hates his job. What say you?
I don't know that it depends. I think it depends. I think if you're out there and it's 106 and you're sweating your cajoolies off or something, it's gonna be less fun.
You're in a cold room.
Like busting chops. If you like improv, if you like doing that, like if you like riffing, I don't think it would be that bad. I mean, eventually, I'm certain. It's just like I'm certain. There's some days, Tom, you don't want to talk into that microphone and you still got to do it, and you turn it on and you're capable of doing it. You don't hate it, but then maybe that particular day you do. You know?
God.
I don't know. I thought you're right every second of it. I'm like, oh God, the Twitch and they're yelling at me.
Oh, you should have heard of the Carmen rant again. The Carmen. Typical Tom.
Carmen. So I know
we're almost.
Okay, sorry.
Just don't waste her time. Let's make sure we plug where people can see her because hey, we just got tipped $10 because you're their favorite comedian.
All right.
I owe you $10.
Aww. Well, that's nice.
Again, justcallmo.com if you want to sign up. You watch the COVID Comedy Jam free. It's Friday.
Starts at 8 p.m.
Carmen is always doing. Are you still calling Social D?
Yep. Social D. Social distraction, baby.
Yeah,
that's me.
You can find her. Basically, it's like at this point, it's an online tour, and you can check her out. and basically, a lot of names that you will. Surprisingly no, and if you don't follow her, you should because occasionally she'll pop up a show where she'll be like, can't tell you the names yet, but you're going to want to jump on this one because it's super duper super famous people.
So Carmen,
that's usually why is it's just because they all know I care. So I've been a lot of people who were against the idea of their first show because they know that I will make it the least bad version of this that it possibly can be.
Because you put effort. I think that's what it's. Yeah. You got to put effort into things. Yeah. My God, what a concept!
Passion and effort.
I appreciate when you care.
Wow. And why is she at the Comedy Store?
She works hard.
Because I have an avalanche of abundance of joy to provide for others. That's why.
Kabam! That's why.
Joy.
Well, Carmen, it was great talking to you.
Yeah.
And where can people find you on social media, real quick?
You could follow me at, so it's always at the funny Carmen. I got a podcast too. If you guys like podcasts, it seems like you do.
We do.
It's called No Sir I Don't Like It, No Sir Pod for short. CarmenMorales.com has all of that information.
She just
so
relaunched it.
CarmenMorales.com for all of your Carmen Morales needs.
Yeah, she just relaunched the whole podcast. And are you still? Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about. Are you still pitching it to a bigger deal?
Yeah, I was just pitched by like a friend of mine who just got on that network. They just started doing this. They have like a really good relationship with like XM Sirius and all those guys.
Sweet.
And so they just started dipping their hands into the podcast game. So I'm trying to get in on the ground floor with those guys. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Well,
awesome.
Good luck with that. Keep us informed, and we love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
I love you guys so much. Thanks for having me.
See ya. Bye. That is our good friend Carmen Morales, live from the Smoky Los Angeles.
Okay. Oh,